Oh man, what is this in here? Nothing. But I see it as half full. What's going on, you guys? How is every little thing? Hope you're having a really nice day. That's Professor Meatball. He's got his little puppuccino ready. You gotta. I went out and got a bunch of new dog toys for him. You see this banana? You see this banana? Remember the GME ETF example, right? GME, big banana, Mo Monkey, right here. Here you go, Mud. Here you little buddy. That's Professor Meatball. My name is Andrew. He doesn't really play with dog toys. But we are here to tell you why we have not yet heard no bell. How's it going? Good morning, Ken Fabio, yo. We got Peak District Blinders, J. Alfredo Cervantes. We got Ramsey Said. We got Cody Becker, Chris F. and Lisa May Loveless, CC, Christoph Katsev, Least Creative, John Dillon, Izela Vargas, Lisa May Loveless again, and what? 372. The mic is low. Hold on. Let me just turn it up a tiny bit. Boom, boom, boom. How does that sound? A little better, right? Let me check my audio. Of course, as always. Lisa May Loveless again. Okay, I think that sounds fine. Hey, we got some stuff to cover today. All right, so we have GameStop trending in the aftermarkets down double digits. Sorry, pre-markets down double digits already. Easter was not kind to GameStop as it is now currently trending. Let me put it on the minute mark. Actually, while I was doing that intro, the markets have opened. GameStop has come out of the gates with 10% down, $171 on the dot. Let's see if we have an explanation for that coming out in just a second. AMC, on the other hand, had a strong pre-market rose above two levels of resistance, one at 985, 9899, and now has fallen down at least one of those levels of support and is just currently hovering between the other. Okay, so AMC having a slightly better day than GME. We, of course, on this channel focus on a myriad of tickers, so now is your chance to throw some ticker symbols in the chat to let us know exactly what's happening. We do have some important updates. I don't want to bog you down with DD. If you guys have seen that very recent video, let me know what you're thinking. Scissors in the chat if you generally support. Things are changing. We want to make this the channel for your one-stop shop for your financial education needs. So this is going to be a place where we are going to be making that goal happen, right? 25,000 more subscribers is the goal. So let's go ahead and cover once again. There are some important pieces that may have been lost to you over the weekend, such as some developments, let's say, some developments for the weekend on our GME. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay. This is a update by Renzel and a couple of other moderators did leave as moderators from our GME over the weekend. Good morning. How's it going, guys? We're still going to be providing you guys research, but just so you guys understand why the DD of this channel might start changing its landscape is Renzel gave us an understanding of what his side of the story is. He did leave as a moderator, including a bunch of other mods, according to Warden Elite. He says that Renzel, Red Chest Queen, Bad to the Bone, 3 mods basically left GME. And I'm going to see if he has another copy of Super Stonk, because this is now Renzel's new. There we go. Sweet. Let's see how long this is. Okay, pretty short. So this is the post that was deleted from our GME. So this is Renzel's normal morning update. Moderators have already taken it down. Let's just briefly look and then go back to our stonks here. We see that GameStop had another strong negative push down below this level of support. However, quick resurgence. Maybe AMC is down one, a little bit of lag, a little bit of ping on AMC right now because it is currently still dipping below 986. Ash Shroom, how's it going? Plum Dragon set everything on fire when the OGs called this a week and a half ago in Discord and we all got booted. Well, we were right. Our Super Stonk, guys. That is the exodus from WallStreetBets continuation, right, into our GME, and now our GME has been compromised as well. As it turns out, we are just learning. Hold on a sec. We likely have some special guests today. Let's see. So I'm talking to Don't Fight the Vol right now. I made a video about Alexis Goldstein over the weekend. So I'm going to say, so she had some ideas of how to change the video that we made covering what she said over the weekend. If you guys didn't see that yet, there's a whole live stream about it. I'll say, if you wanted to come on the show this week, because this is something that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks, please let me know. It doesn't have to be GME specific. For general financial education and okay, so I'm gonna send her that, and then dejf2 says, is it cool to jump around market open? Yeah, that's cool. We do have dejf2, someone who had whistleblown to the SEC. So he has been talking to me over the weekend. He was going to come on over Easter weekend. Good thing he did it, because there were a lot of people that were, having a nice time with their family, and that's totally okay. So this is where, let's see if they, oh, he messaged me. Hey, want to come on? So dejf2 is that little whistleblower person. Let's see if I can change whistleblower is our guest. Okay, cool. All right, let me just go through a couple of your questions before dejf2 shows up. I also want to be able to just briefly, super briefly, go through this real quick. A few weeks I've been hard on the mod team. Confronted cool. Got flack for deleting the message. So it seems like Renzel did something. Same mod banned Warden. So I guess this was the ban that brought Warden out and then let him come back in. They claimed that Renzel was a bad team player. Okay, so the mods had to democratically vote to kick Renzel out. Okay, let's see. I don't want to roll over this super fast in case he was defending himself here. Okay, so it seems like this is a mutual decision to try and either go with the daily updates, but no matter what, he is going to be here in Super Stonk or Spielstock or another one. And his personal Twitter is, of course, twitter.com/Renzel. Okay, so this is the Renzel update. Okay, dejf2 is going to be joining in about 5 minutes, he says. Okay, let me see what people are asking here. Okay, so someone is asking about Viacom. I can go check it out in just a sec. Yo, yo, yo. Meatball. Here you go, bud. Super stonk. Okay, so that's that. Let's see if Super Stonk actually has the content that we're looking for here. So this is Super Stonk. It's at the top. Okay, synopsis is at the top. Hey everyone, I hope this is our new home. Okay, so Pixel has also come in here. So let's see if, let's just give a look at what Pixel is saying. Red Chess Queen 99 is also another mod. 15,000 apes have followed her over there. We can switch faster than they can buy mods. Okay. Ooh. Petition to ask Renzel to do his morning news on this sub. So once again, Renzel was not sure if he was going to continue doing his morning news. He didn't do one this morning, but it's because he had to basically tell everyone what is happening. $3.5 million shares. Hold on. Announces at the market equity offering program. Explain like I'm ape. GME is not offering currently 3.5 million stocks in one single go. They're reserving the right to do so over time or to gain $1 billion maximum. So look at it like this. If everyone's going to take money from the squeeze, this way they can reserve the right to do so as well. This isn't them sandbagging us. They are just saying that if we need money, we can offer some shares to raise some money if need be. This is not something that they will be doing overnight next week, but it's a prospect for them. Okay, so GameStop 3.5 million share offering. And an official news release from GameStop. Let's cover that in just a sec. Okay, so GameStop has just seen its lowest dip a second ago, down to 165. It is staying its course right between these two levels of resistance. However, did it bounce off from a lower level of support here? Let me see. Likely not. No. So it just bounced off of the 165. Let's see if that's been giving it a little bit of support recently. I see 3 touch points already. I see another touch point. So this is a newly minted, possibly, level of support. You see that this is a major floor, 165 for the stock in general. And now as it pushes through 171, this might have been a tasty dip, a tasty discount. Let's see. Wow. Was that the safe word? Tasty dip? Hold on. GameStop has just risen $10 over the last 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue watching it over there. This could have been initial morning backlash to this news. And now people actually are trying to realize, wow, what is this actually saying? It might be giving them the idea that, okay, well, it actually doesn't mean bad news for us. I'm going to highlight Renzel's explanation here. Getting my share of the news right now. So that's the news right here. Okay, dejf2 is ready. I'm gonna do this. You guys, I'm gonna have Professor Meatball come up here. I'm going to say hi to dejf2, and then see what he has to say. So I'll be back in about 30 seconds. I'm still gonna be here, but my voice is gonna be muted. Okay, so I'm currently waiting for dejf2.
Hey, can you hear me, Andrew?
Oh, there he is.
Sorry.
Okay, maybe some technical difficulties. Let's see if he is going to be able to hear me soon. Okay, so. Whew. All right, how was your Easters, guys? I am actually very excited about jumping in, starting off some news again, of course, as always. But I'm wondering, how is everybody's Easters doing? How are we learning, building, growing together? Let us jump on in here. Oh, I know there's no sound. I stopped the sound here. I said I was gonna mute, and then apparently nobody was like paying attention. Come on. Yes, good boy. So we're about to have dejf2 in here in just a sec. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Every time you speak, there's a little bit of static.
I don't think we can do anything about that. I'm on a shitty laptop on a shitty connection, and
One sec.
come for Easter, you know.
Do you have Zoom on your laptop? Because
Yes.
I could be able to. So I'm gonna send you a Zoom call instead. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay. So. Oh, Scooter McDuder. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody's supers here. Okay, I totally did miss it. Scooter McDuder, what did you say? Apologies. I think is this it? Is this what you wrote? Kong versus Godzilla was good, but it was weird how their moms were both named Martha. That is weird. Kong versus Godzilla was good, but it was weird when they both stopped fighting and because their moms were named Martha. Tyler Lisenby. Okay. So
Okay, can you hear me?
that is not supers. Hey, yeah, I can hear you. This is better. How's it going?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. It's all good.
Perfect. So I'm gonna say, first of all, welcome. I didn't give you a clear agenda here. There is no agenda. Just people wondering exactly what did you do, what kind of DD have you done, and a little bit more about how can they get involved with the process of providing transparency and creating the space that allows us all to prosper, right? People shouldn't be allowed to be able to take advantage of the regulations that currently exist, which is why you filed an SEC complaint. What is it officially?
I filed it through the tips, complaints, and referrals. Basically, I emailed a bunch of SEC emails that I could find publicly. And one of the gentlemen emailed me back. He said, actually, I just deal with like organizational stuff within the SEC, but you should submit this here. So that's the TCR, tips, complaints, and referrals. And as you can probably hear, I am a Europore. And there isn't anything that would stop you from submitting that. Like people, you know, where a person who comes like, oh, thank you, as a Europore, thank you. Like you can do it too. The SEC has awarded huge awards to international whistleblowers, to people internationally, because it's an international market. Everyone takes part in the US stock market and they want to keep it that way. They can't just protect the Americans. So I submitted it there, and I thought the best way forward would be to share the submission number with the community so people can influence, you know, the local lawmakers, law enforcement to actually give some attention to this. So there is, you know, some paper trail that, you know, this was submitted, this was reported. So how I came upon it is stupidly easy. So everyone that was on GME in February probably remembers there were these deep in the money call posts. So people would put up, a screenshot of a single transaction, of a couple transactions. There was one post I remember where there were 2 transactions for like over 120 million. And people were saying, oh, maybe it's some bullish play, some whatever. But nobody actually dug into the pattern and the total volume of this stuff. And when it started popping up again, my reaction was immediately, okay, we have a pattern to find. We have a pattern to look at. So, about me, I am not in a data field. I am not in a quantitative field. I am very qualitative. I'm a copywriter, brand strategist, many things. And I just use the free resources. So basically, they were very obvious this time. There are no other transactions happening on these strikes, basically, and these expiries, apart from this bullshit they're doing. There is zero. Like on the April 12th dollar calls, April 16th, $12 calls, we know that Roaring Kitty, aka DFV, is holding 500 since a long time. And the open interest is like 543 or something. And you have no interest, no volume, no changes in interest for a week, and then you see 2,000, 3,000 traded every day, and we know where 500 are. That leaves 43, open. It's obvious. Before it was maybe harder to fish out because it was kind of mixed in with organic volume, with organic activity. But now they are so deep in the money. There is nothing else going on those strikes, and it is just what they're doing. So basically, I took the types of calls and expiries that they used on March 31st, and then they used them again on April the 1st, which were from 7C to 19C on the April 16th expiries, and I think $3 on the January leaps, and another, I think the November calls on $4.5 calls. And I looked using Market Chameleon, which didn't even cost me shit because they give you a 7-day free trial before they charge you $99. I looked at those calls, and you can click each call and see the volume for each day. They have all the trades since January, which is amazing. And it turned out that there were two cycles that we have seen before of them doing this and using this. And even back then, it's very easy to see that this is not organic activity. This is not organic volume. If you have a call where there is open interest, zero open interest for 2 weeks, and then you have 2 days where 3,000 contracts are traded, something's fucking up. What is up? Well, the SEC paper from 2013 tells us exactly what's up. It sets out exactly this mechanism of resetting FTDs using deep in the money calls. And Andrew, if the SEC wrote a paper in 2013 about this, then let's face the truth, Gordon Gekko was fucking doing this shit, right? This must be this must be the easiest trick in the book. It's great, that we have found kind of some of the cards in this house of cards. And I don't believe, this is revelatory and like the SEC doesn't know about this, but it's about creating that paper trail and, letting them know the eyes are on them because, yes, we know what they are. Yes, we know who they're in bed with in theory, but as it stands, they are meant to, protect and serve every investor. And when you start getting, eyes on them and letting them know, hey, we know what the fuck is up, I think that can really change something. And everyone should do that. Everyone should, when they see something weird, just dig deep, just get into it. I don't have any data science background, and I was able to find all this stuff. And by sharing it, it's actually prompted some amazing stuff. So a lot of Redditors contacted me with actual data science background, with more data that they paid for from other sources. What they were able to establish actually is that 100% of these trades take place as physical floor trades on the Philly exchange. So they are made between two entities that are there physically. And actually, there are 2 posts, one by a guy called Boney One Kenobi, which used this data. He didn't use my data, but he used the same data to kind of try and establish the short interest. And there was a guy called Glide_SI that kind of tried to theorize every possible explanation for what is happening. And upon reading that and analyzing it myself, it's actually the same kind of conclusion he leads towards, that it could be two market makers colluding here between themselves just because of the nature of these trades, how big they are, how they are made, where they are made. It could be two market makers. And an interesting thing to note is that there are basically every party that is suspected of shorting GME abusively is a stakeholder in the Philly exchange. Citadel holds a 10% stake, so does Merrill, so does Citigroup, so does UBS, so does Morgan Stanley, and so does Credit Suisse Boston. And of course, Susquehanna Investment Group is also based in Philadelphia physically, although maybe not physically on the exchange as a broker-dealer, because they're not that. There are other possible theories because these trades seem to come in pairs. So that could indicate, one theory was that basically these calls are written out, they are sent to someone to be shown on their books at a specific time to clear this obligation and then returned and destroyed. And another theory that was more is that these are two parties who both have FTDs, who both have shorts, who are trading them. Like one party A writes party B a contract, party B exercises it, and then party B writes the contract for party A and party A exercises it. So no shares, the net share trade is zero, but the FTDs are reset for both parties. And I think that is what I would be leaning towards.
So once again, dejf2 giving us a sense of exactly how he was able to provide data, create and gather, and talk to other people working on this project, and then finally be able to make out a complete complaint. So one of the things is that if you can send me a couple of the informations of how to support, probably just the last line of your DD of being able to have people refer back to your own SEC complaint, go ahead and send that over to Discord. There is a little bit of something going on in terms of audio, so I'm going to connect with you offline, and then we're going to try and maybe get a couple more of the data-centric people that you worked with on the show together in a future date. But for now, I'm going to go back and check out the markets. But I really do appreciate you coming on this show. Okay, so and people should call you dejf2, or do you prefer?
It's just Dave phonetically in the place that I come from, in the language of where my family comes from. It's just Dave. One other thing I want to talk about, just quickly, if I may, for a second, unless GME is mooning. It's not mooning, is it?
GME was doing pretty important price action, but you can have about 30 seconds because the audio isn't
that fantastic. Okay, so as my background is in copywriting, in PR, in marketing, I want to undertake it to compile kind of a definitive, coherent, and objective and evidence-backed resource that can be distributed to journalists, to law enforcement, to whoever is interested, to kind of set the record straight. And if you go into my profile and if you see my post on the new site, Super Stomp, it talks about that.
Oh, sweet. So we are on Super Stonk. If you send it to me, I will check it out.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Have a great day, guys.
Happy Easter. Have a great day. Hope he had a good weekend. Thank you guys for bearing with us a little bit. I was showing you guys my diamond hands. Sometimes, technical difficulties happen, but almost every time it happens, never. How's it going, guys? I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Let's see. So I am going to go ahead and up the title and check it out. Our boy GME crossing over 180. AMC having a strong rip above $10 and now just hovering above that. Feeling pretty, right? This is something that we can note as a beginning of an impulse wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it does have one more, it will likely be the same length as this impulse here. The subwave was from $9.90 to $10.16, so another 25 cents, another quarter up from $10 if it's going to continue to rip here. As of GME, right, we see paper hands in the morning every single day. Where it's going to bounce is the question, right? We see that the paper hands brought this all the way down to 165 and then rebounded all the way up to 181 as a high, and now it's just trading right between these two levels. I am going to project that this is the beginning of a beautiful impulse. If that is the case, then as long as we don't dip too far below 173, we will be able to jump back up and see another impulse of at least $7 actually, from 173 to 182. So we're looking for GameStop to be pushing this resistance soon if it doesn't dip too far below this 173 mark, and if it doesn't meet the VWAP and bearishly trend beneath it. All right, thank you guys for coming on the show. A good morning, guys. Smashing that like button, right? I don't request it that often nowadays because you guys know what to do. The likes help feed a Meatball. He's just getting his breakfast here. If people are actually curious about what he's eating kibble. He's eating some kibble. I break it up into pieces because he does eat. You see the speed that he eats? All of it immediately, so that's why I break it up into pieces. You guys get to see him eat too. It's just a fun little thing, a fun incentive to be able to engage with the community, drop some scissors in the chat, and smash that like button. Just a couple of things you guys can play around with. Okay, so yeah, just ATM program legalese update. So let's actually focus up on this legalese update here. You're likely wondering what is going to happen. Explain like an ape. Renzel first talks about the fact that GME is not currently offering 3.5 million stocks in a single go. They are reserving the right to do so over time, or to gain $1 billion maximum. So look at it like this, right? GameStop wants money from this squeeze, and they would like to do it over an extended period of time. Very similar to the AMC, the AMC scare of issuing, 500 million more shares. Oh no! Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Okay, so $1 million. Some people are really being a little goofy in the chat right now. It's pretty fun. So once again, company can sell up to 3.5 million shares and intends to use any proceeds to further accelerate transformation and strengthen balance sheets, right? We want to get rich off of this squeeze. A couple of people don't seem to realize that when the stock price goes up and up and up, it's not necessarily that GameStop is going to get reaping all the benefits, right? Especially if you make money off of a stock trade. Yeah, that's not going to be like an NFT that like somehow benefits GME on the other side. Now, GME's stock that they hold and the stock that they are giving to their executives and giving to their employees, right? That's going to go up in value. And GameStop could then proceed accordingly with that value, right? It's not actualized gains until they actually sell. So if they want money from the squeeze, they do have to take some steps like this. But as a reminder, this is if they wanted to, and if in a bunch of legalese this gives them the option to do so at a future date. Okay, so I am going to take a look at dejf2's Reddit. Looking at your DD now. So that was dejf2. He just jumped on the show with us. This is an update from him contacting SEC about the 44 million FTDs, right? We do want to hear about that. And don't you guys worry, we're going to get him on the show again after we figure out a couple more about how to get his mic situation all settled up. dejf2 new DD on our super stonk. Okay, and if you guys were wondering what me typing sounds like, that's what that sounds like. Okay, so we are rolling in the dough, having some fun, building on research that we all want to be able to build on. I woke up this morning. I was like, Easter Sunday. I was feeling a little bit lazy. I was like, I do not want to wake up today for the first time in a while. I was like, man, if I just don't stream, it might just be okay. But then I picked myself up. I'm like 6 a.m. Let her get her done. Got to the stream in time. Glad I did so, because I am so glad to see each and every one of you currently living it up with the GME, the AMC, and the general financial education journey. I'm so glad that you guys are here. AMC is, of course, on my top left. So this is where it is currently hovering, starting to form a wedge here because 10 is a solid psychological barrier for it, psychological floor for it, and it has a descending level of resistance. So this could trend up bullishly since it's coming from a uptrend. Yeah, this could really trend up bullishly. Watch AMC for the time being. Eric Long says, remember me and NNOX? Well, they got FDA clearance, and like I said, they would 70% pre-market, still 30% in regular hours, and it ain't stopping. Wow, Eric. Eric, you are putting Knox in the boom, 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 bully corner. 70%. Holy moly. So 70% in pre-market all the way up to $76, and since then has seen a small slip, but this slide only brought it down to 53, so it's still up 30%. Wow, Eric, you're not wrong when you're not wrong. Is our GME compromised? That's a simpler question. Is it or isn't it? Thomas Intrabartola. Hey Andrew, just hopped in, had to take a test. Oh no, did you already cover the drop over the weekend on GME stock and the shares GME is going to sell? As a reminder, do not spread FUD. I do appreciate that question though. We did have this, right? 3.5 million shares. Most importantly, this is something that they won't be doing overnight or in the next week. It's just the option for them to be able to do so, okay? So this is true. This is just hold on to both sides of your hats, right? I don't want people to say that this is me covering up a bearish story. If it's bearish, that we already saw the bearish effect of GME earlier this morning, right? People heard this news early, and even this Explain Like I'm 5 was 2 hours ago before markets were opened. So this is something that people were struggling with pre-market, and then the normal people that saw this news were like, oh no, and then dropped the stock from all the way down to 165, and then everyone else was like, gobble gobble, take that tasty discount, and brought us all the way back to 180. But like I said, I don't want to put the idea in your head that this is not bearish news. This is bearish news if they do decide to action on it. But right now, it is not them telling you that they're going to do it. It is currently them telling you that they want the option to be able to accelerate and transform and strengthen their balance sheets. Okay, so this is the new chat. Okay, Alexis Goldstein says that she was willing to come on the show. If you would kindly use the Discord link, we can schedule something that works for you. Okay, you guys heard it here. She was only going to join the show if she's able to stick to regulations or general education. So you guys cannot bug her for only GME specific education, but she does want to talk and use this platform, and I'm super happy to have her. So this is just to temper your expectations, guys. So excited. Whew, Alexis Goldstein. First step, Alexis Goldstein. And then we're gonna have Bernie in the bathtub. If you guys saw the interview with the documentary directors over the weekend, first of all, where were you guys? Easter, Mass, with your families? So that was a really cool interview that we had with the creators of a documentary that you guys are going to be able to, one, participate in, help with if you guys have any experience with doing like lighting or gaffing or booming or I don't know the other things that film production needs. But if you guys have experience with that, they're looking for your help, and they came on the show to talk about their vision. It was very, very cool. But yeah, Bernie in the bathtub. Let's get that trending. DR Cars. DR Cars says, leave RGME because their mods are sellouts to hedge funds. Follow our Superstonk instead. Renzel Warden and all have left and joined our Superstonk. We covered this in the very beginning of this live stream. But as a reminder, they had a democratic vote to push Renzel out. However, it is very suspicious that they push Renzel out because him and Pixel and Red Chess Queen are all here in the same place, and they have been fighting the good fight. They've been the most vocal. Doesn't mean that they're most correct. They just have been in the limelight fighting our good fight and getting us to believe, trust, and acknowledge them. Let's see. People are asking about, yeah, Thaddeus Gosel says the GME sub drama is a bummer. It is a bummer. Seems like they had a strong team there. Alas, alas, Superstonk shall lead prevail. Right, we are transitioning some people to our Superstonk. This is one update on our Superstonk, if you want to, right? Once again, we've never pushed like you have to go to WallStreetBets, you have to go to RGME. I am still going to be looking through RGME at times, giving you guys the idea that, you know, 3 people have left, 3 really strong, great people. We are going to be focusing on our Superstonk, but as a reminder, this drama was democratically voted on. Renzel seemed to have mutually agreed that there was a time to leave. We're going to give our respect and attention to the people that have been fighting a good fight. Apes do not fight apes. Okay. People just chilling by the food. First of all, a note behind my thinking regarding sending my findings to the SEC and FINRA. As a reminder, this is written by our guest that was just on the show, maybe 5 minutes ago, and he is talking about the note behind what he is doing to send his SEC and FINRA complaint. There were comments like they're not going to do anything. Well, here's his thoughts. While some may be shills, last one especially, the first 2 are not unreasonable sentiment to have at this point. Whether I agree or not is irrelevant, but I'd like to explain why I did what I did and will continue to do so. I'm just going to say, by the way, so excited for this opportunity. Gushing a bit. To keep it best boying, Meatball's best boy, very, very true. Okay, so this is about removing plausible deniability. They will continue to track his activity to report it, okay. In theory, they do work for you to protect you. In theory, given enough pressure exerted through media and your representatives, they cannot sit idle. So this, once again, is the SEC whistleblower trying to tell you why he feels like his filing will matter. All it takes is one investigator with a hard bent intention to get the truth out. No matter how corrupt, there are sticklers, there are professionals, and there are people who put their life on the line for truth and integrity. You are vastly underestimating your influence. On January 27th, did you think we were producing this level of research as a group? That we'd uncover huge schemes of corruption that bled a world dry for decades? This is a really good point. Is that if you guys don't believe that all of these pieces of manipulation and corruption are happening, like all together, at the very least, do understand that the pieces that are possible, the pieces that have been written by the SEC, especially this case of corruption here, where the SEC said in 2013, hey, this is how you can do something illegal. Please do not do it. It should be pretty obvious that this is not just a theoretical sense of manipulation. AMC is heading to the skies, almost double digits up on the day. Great recovery so far. Once again, that bullish pennant that I was talking about right here, beautiful, wedged it all the way up to $10.20. Come on, AMC, don't let me jinx you. And you know what? I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna look away. You do your own thing. GameStop is pushing us to 180. Feeling good about that. Like I said, if you guys have other ticker symbol suggestions, you're more than welcome to drop them. This is a channel that we do keep our heads above on AMC and GME, but we are also making sure that we are covering other stocks as well. There's multiple different charts on this page. Okay, so I want to make sure that I do actually read this. What about the 005 DTCC filing? Isn't it over? Moon this week? 005 looks good, but how many times have we gotten excited about something that goes for the chart for go up 5.5%? It's not over until it's in effect and we start mooning. Until then, it means zilch. Good point. I think 005 is going to be a huge piece. but it's not going to be over until it is. Let's see why I think this is the way, right? Being able to like show the SEC that we have created the research is important. It's like no question. Let's see. This is my GME story and how I ended up here. So this is his GME story as well. And once again, this DD is in the description right now. What happens to the money if it moons before any real work is done? He's going to 10x the money received and donate to a mental health charity. Oh, very nice. And itemized statement of report. He does have a Ko-Fi link here, so go check it out. The itemized statement of work, the blueprint, completion of deep in the money anomaly thesis, investigate, validate, and put into explain like on 5 terms the mechanics of what is happening with the deep in the money calls, and he's going to continue polishing up. So this is essentially what he's going to be continuing doing, fighting the good fight. We are going to try to get him back on this show with slightly more technical, trying to figure out the technicals of audio. So that's our morning DD. We can't spend our entire head stuck in the sand with all this DD, but we do want to be able to ask you guys right now, what do you guys want to look at, right? We are going to focus up on, I'm going to keep my other eye. I have another eye that I can focus and remember to continue learning about DD. However, the rest of you are going to be able to look at 3 different charts. Just let me know what the trigger symbol suggestions you guys are interested in looking at. Some of you are looking at CCIV, all right. LKCO, is that Luck and Coffee? Is that still a thing? Wow, wait. Echo Lotus, daily reminder, like that video so we can get more passengers on the rocket moon platoon. Heck yeah, thank you, Echo Lotus. Echo, we're gonna get you right here. As a reminder, guys, we are trying to make the good promise. Make the good promise that we are going to get 100,000 subscribers in this month alone. So if you guys can help out with that, I would really appreciate it. And it's a good idea to just kind of jump on the road, right? See where we're going here. Hive link, okay. HCMC, CTRM. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can, if there is a ticker symbol that would be good to start off with. Hey. DFE, says Echo Lotus. Yeah, I'll do Super League Gaming. Ooh, Super League Gaming. Ooh, that's looking right nasty. So Super League Gaming, real briefly, then we'll go back to our GME and AMC, has triple bottomed out at 69. Oh, very nice, 69. Heck yeah. Triple bottoms from the last few days on basically 69 here. So I guess people really don't want, this is maybe the ultimate meme stock because no one wants the stock to drop below $69. We see that this uptrend here is starting to peter out right here with a triple top at 73.34. So we're looking for how many touch points is the constraint of where Super League Gaming is currently. It is currently at the top of this resistance level. Now, if it can push through, it might be able to have a solid reward up to $78, right? So that's a $5 increase of where it is right now. However, the last time it had a run up like this, you're looking for a pattern that looks something like that, right? How it broke out earlier, a couple of days ago actually, is likely going to be how it's going to break out again this time. You can also look at last time that it contested 68 and then fell. So this pattern is also something that you can look at here. A strong multi-hour push on 69 and then a red candle here. If you don't mind losing $2, that might be an excellent exit point, because if you're trying to scalp SLGG, this stock has proven in the past that it is scalpable. You can make a good amount of money by predicting exactly where it's going to go. As of right now, it is at a pivot point, but it's quickly being rejected. So I don't think this is a great time to scalp it unless you want to go short. SLGG. All right, bring it back to GameStop real quick. It's like one for you, one for GameStop. One for you, one for AMC. So AMC, like I said again, this bullish pennant that was forming earlier this morning is a fantastic learning point right here. So we have not only this descending level of, so this is coming from an upswing here. Actually, yeah, let's focus on having it here. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? So this descending level of resistance here, but this level of support was staying the same. Oh, can I just zoom out a little bit? Thank you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this and then just drag it this way. Perfect. So we see that this was the opportunity for AMC to start squeezing the volatility of the stock towards a pennant here. This is also known as a when the downtrend, when it started from an uptrend, this was a good indication that we were going to see bullish activity afterward, and that was exactly where it was. We can also see it here as well. Just move it straight here. This is coming from an uptrend here, and we see two of these bullish pennants. This is something that we can also count as a total of one impulse wave in Elliott wave theory. Multiple different ways to approach it, but all of which is bullish. Oh shoot, this is SLG. I cannot see for the life of me. Oh man, that was like, I thought I already put resistance levels here. My gosh. Thank you, Stephen Smith. I hate WeBull. Sometimes I hate WeBull when it gets me the wrong stock. But if you guys wanted 2 free stocks, that's a completely different issue. WeBull's good for certain things. Okay, cheat code algo v4. Okay, so as of this morning, 46 minutes ago, after I started streaming, cheat code algo v4 is finally a thing. So I'm going to be doing that today. I guess over the weekend, the co-founders of this new technical indicator tool were scrambling around, finding out how to finalize this product, and now we have it ready for me to get into tonight. So if you guys are excited for new charts, that's going to be something I'll be working on, putting in extra hours for later today. Okay. So let's see. Let's do CTRM. Castor Maritime. Oh no, what happened? This is the right stock, right? What happened? Wow. So I made this hard level of support a while ago at 69. I was also like 6.9 cents. Maybe I just really like this level of support. But we see here that it was supported here back in the beginning of March. We see that this was a level of resistance earlier for most of February. And now CTRM has pushed all the way through this level of support and is currently at new lows that you have not seen since like January. As of right now, I think CTRM is either hitting a major news catalyst or something else equally horrifying. Plunges on pricing of 125 million direct offering. That's what it is. Well, everything with this much of a price change has a significant news catalyst here. Castor Maritime has entered into a securities purchase agreement to purchase up an aggregate of 192 million common shares at a purchase price of 65 cents. Yep. So as of right now, CTRM needs to rebound from this news catalyst, and honestly, from where that will be, that's another question. This seems like it is AMC's day. So while GameStop has finally stopped being 10% down on the day, AMC is up 10%. This is exciting. So AMC is currently up at 10.5%, right? Apes don't fight apes, guys. Applaud each other for this day, because last week AMC was the one that was dipping, and today, this morning, AMC is the one that's on a rebound. Oh, Rich Tennyson, thank you for joining as a Mo Monkey. I do appreciate that. Let's take this poop out of here. This poop was for the morning and how the stocks weren't doing great, but now I'm just gonna put it down here because AMC is ripping right now. Boom. Meatball, come on. Okay, so XLELB is running again. Let's check that out. Oh, no. XELB. Let's see. Wow. Be careful. This first thing when I see a runaway stock is uh-oh. So it broke out in pre-market. Okay, so it had a mini breakout in after hours. It was at $2. It went all the way out to $2.20. Now that already is like a 10% rise. So some people are like, oh, okay, that sounds pretty okay. But then the first hour of trading brought it all the way up to $4. So that's a 100% rip. And now it's just hovering at 90%, trying to fight it. As a reminder, do not try to catch runaway stocks. Anything over like 30% up in the day. It depends on the context, of course, but 100% up on the day. You're likely going to get burned on the way down. Let's see. Excel Brands buys logo. Oh, I see. So it bought logo by Lori Goldstein. There we go. 43LWS says, hey, love your channel, homie. Can you check Mavis and Senseonics real quick? Sure. We look at Mavis. So we saw Microvision rip last week because of the Microsoft announcement to use HoloLens technology. There's that rip. We were covering it live. Very cool. This is now almost caught by the exponential moving average earlier. This seems like a period of consolidation in the after hours. And that's something that has continued on through the journey for today. As of right now, it just might be reeling from the news and returning back to how everybody bought the news, bought the rumor, and now is currently slowly selling the news of, you know, maybe some people got really excited and like, oh, Microvision, Microsoft, it's a match made in heaven, right? And they're like, oh, HoloLens technology, Microvision, done deal. Some people are starting to come back to Earth, and this is a harder question of, well, is this level the Earth level, which is back at $13, or is this brand new level, which is 20% higher, the actual new Earth? So that's the biggest question that right now we're currently asking. I have not put enough time into this stock, but if we come back to it later, we'll be able to tell you. Senseonics. Senseonics has been trading pretty sluggishly. So from a high of about $3.40 from the past few weeks, down to a new resistance at $2.90, and then a descending level of resistance down here, $2.85, and then finally to another descending level of $2.70. I would say right now that Senseonics is on the tail end of a corrective wave. But this is a major corrective wave starting from the end of March, the last 2 weeks of March, all the way down into where we are right now in April. So I would say for Senseonics, this is the bigger question is, well, currently, how often do you get the opportunity to be able to buy something that is akin to the bottom of a dip, right? A bottom of a corrective wave. whether or not this corrective wave will continue, at the very least, your risk profile is all the way back in March, dropping down to $1.90. So if you can sustain that kind of risk, that's something to consider. There is a double right here, double touch right here at $2.40. So that's actually something that we're going to build a trend line for. Oops, not a trend line. Right there. Okay, back to GameStop, which it had just wow, I was gonna say the cutest little rip, but no, it's still going. It wants to prove me wrong. Come on, GME, prove me wrong. GameStop is pushed right past 180, and now it is moving through the world right now. You can also almost see a small wedge here as well. These micro wedges. But the GameStop is currently pushing 180. Now it is at its high at 182.99. Let me check out what you guys are saying in the chat. What do you guys want to talk about? What kind of questions you got? Joseph Broseph Stalin wants to hear about Viacom. Okay. Ooh. A lot of people sending emails all of a sudden. If you guys have not heard yet, we do have Vice coming to shoot at my apartment later this week, so you guys might catch them on live stream. Might be cool. Let me take another look at the subreddits. So as a reminder, even Pixel is currently in the new subreddit here. So Pixel said on our super stonk, hey, a lot of people want me to endorse this sub. Here I am. The GME sub is compromised, and he unsubbed from it. Let's get this thing started. So Pixel is now throwing his endorsement behind the new super stonk. Okay, let me actually go to our super stonk. See if there's anything else right now. So GameStop rejected at $184, right? This is a line that I drew, not today, not yesterday, a while ago. So this is why, you really got to focus on pattern trading, right? These levels of resistance and support work like magic. And AMC has now just started to trend in between these two levels. I love it when it does that. Like very, very fine levels of resistance and support. And when you see that pattern and it builds momentum in between two incredibly small channels, allows you to have a lot more control over your day. It's kind of like having both hands on the golf club. A lot of control for the rest of your day because you know exactly that how much volatility, at the very least in the short term, that AMC is going to have as it trends between these two levels. So this is Rental, but I didn't want Rental. I wanted Super Stonk. So there's that synopsis. How does it feel being a Euro poor walking into our GME this morning? This is a fake it till you make it here. Renzo already made a post about this, but it's the 3.5 million shares from GME. Keep the faith, keep holding. This is a good, sensible play. Filing this now allows them to extract value from the price spike as they see fit in the future. We would be disappointed in the company if they fail to extract any value from the squeeze, as capital allows them to improve the business and service. This is good for... Okay, so there's 3 things currently. Let me tell you about why this is interesting. WDC and BB. I'm thinking of buying it. Okay, WDC, you're on deck. So let me tell you my opinion on this this selling 3.5 million shares, okay? Let's cover it real quick. There's 3 camps of what's going to happen. I'm not going to clip this because it's not that like comprehensive. It's just like a couple of thoughts from me. So let's see. What we currently have is a camp of people that want like another Occupy Wall Street movement. So I'm going to call this OW. OW2. Right, some people who, I know this is backwards, but bear with me. OW2 is one of the camps of people that want to be able to have a brand new movement for the stock market, for finances, and generally to allow this manipulation to stop, right? Basically everyone can agree, if this was a Venn diagram, the piece that everyone agrees with is like manipulation. This is starting to not become a great chart, but let's see. The second camp of people is just the GME people, right? The GME people want to be able to have GME succeed, and this is the argument for GME selling the 3.5 million shares. And then finally, the greatest number of you, probably, I'm not sure, is the people that are just here to make money. Right, so some people just want the squeeze to happen. So the argument right now is that GME can sell the shares to make some extra money, and the Occupy Wall Street people and the money-making people are like, who cares? Like, we don't care about the like individual company. We only care about the message for the Occupy Wall Street people, or the money when it comes to it. So this may or may not hurt the idea of the squeeze if people understand it properly, right? As a reminder, this is not GME trying to prevent the squeeze from happening. It's them trying to take profit when the squeeze happens. As a reminder, if apes don't fight apes, all 3 camps of those people can coexist happily. Okay, Ryan Valley, welcome to being a Mo Monkey. I appreciate that. That's cool. That's cool that you're here. Let's see. Why do I flip my camera so that when my head goes to the left, I actually go to the left? So otherwise, I get confused and I get car sick. Let me see. What did Market Watch just put out for AMC? Can someone send it to me? Mods, please help me find it. I just love writing backwards. What can I say? So right here, between $10.37 and 10.44. This is exactly where we expected AMC to start bouncing in between. Right? It's beautiful to be able to have this kind of like clairvoyance. Just be like, ooh, my brain big, filled to bursting. GameStop seems to have just been. Yes, GameStop just has bounced off of 180. This is fantastic, right? This is basically everybody collectively saying GameStop worth more than 180, guaranteed. This is great. Guys, scissors in the chat. This is fantastic. Also, I don't really press on it, but guys, less than 1,000 likes, and we've had almost 20,000 playbacks. Help a brother out here. We are trying to get this in front of more Moon Platoon members, and the more likes that we have, the more goals that we can achieve. Hold on, where are some of the goals here? Is this a like goal? Nope, there's a question. None of these are goals, I think. 8-bit, we already had that happen. Switzerland. 75,000 subs. Well, okay. Oh, thank you, Vegas Chef Andrew. All right, so let's look at this. AMC Entertainment stock bounces after B. Riley analyst turns bullish. Ooh, see, the power of individual analysts, seriously, can just change an entire landscape. It's crazy. Okay, so as we're looking at here, analyst Eric Wold says buy AMC stock as strong performance of Godzilla vs. Kong confirms consumers want to leave the house and return to the theaters. This is big. This is long enough to make a video on. I think so. People are wondering what's going on with AMC. Okay. Let's build this real quick. GME people, I will be back. I will be back to GME very soon, right after this. So don't go anywhere. We're still learning here together. Hey guys, AMC has had a great morning so far, and I want to tell you a couple of the indicators that you should be looking out for the rest of this week. So the first things first, in this morning, AMC had a pre-market rally all the way from a breakout of around 960. That was where it had trouble in the after hours, pushing through, and that then becoming from resistance to support is a great point. Oh, let me introduce myself first. My name is Andrew. This is Professor Meatball. One of the most important points that I want to be able to provide you guys is that we are just smooth-brained apes hoping to help you guys understand the technical indicators that you should look at as well for yourself. Right, so learning along with us, smashing that like button, and coming along for the journey to 100,000 subscribers. I promised you guys that my goal for April is 100,000 subscribers, going to live up to that expectation. So let's get that bread together. We have some news right here. AMC Entertainment stock bounces after B. Riley analyst turns bullish. And just to help you understand what's going on after Godzilla vs. Kong and how this stock is likely to start a major rip and a different change after a bearish play over the last weekend is something that I want to leave you guys with. So as a reminder, AMC had a slump. Over the last week, we saw it majorly trade sideways a couple of times, having small rips, but always correcting afterward. And then a channel upward that I drew for Friday that ultimately trended down all the way to a brand new level of support at 914. Now these levels I've been drawing since AMC was here a couple of weeks ago, so they still stand hold. If you guys are not sure what resistance and support is, it's just price points where the stock has seen a historical pattern in bouncing off from, which means a lot of people think that the stock would be oversold and undervalued at that price, or has been rejected by, which is a resistance. On the other hand, a resistance is a price point that investors have either decided that it is going to be too overvalued or overbought at that price. And so one of the best ways to be able to figure that out is with our handy dandy RSI, our relative strength index, which is this line here in teal. Gives us a sense of at the moment bullish and bearish momentum. Here we see that after trending underneath 914 to a low of $8.90 some cents, right? That was the lowest that AMC's been in a while. Then AMC in the pre-market started rising a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beautiful subwaves in this impulse wave that then maybe some glitches, maybe some panicked selling brought us up brought us down a couple of times, but continued to trend upwards until it opened at a high of $10.14. From there, it was not over. Two of the things that you'll notice is that this is one of the most beautiful impulse waves you can imagine, but also two bullish pennants, right? This bullish pennant here coming from a downtrend, but this one coming from an uptrend here with a descending level of resistance 1, 2, right, from a descending level of resistance from 1015 to about 1009, and then the same level of support. That is a bullish sign coming from an uptrend, and then we saw, as predicted, a brand new rip all the way to $10.35, where it stayed between these two chambers. And that was a little bit more predictability for your buck. And when there are two levels of resistance and support close to each other, you can expect that you can look away, maybe have a soda, relax, if you are trying to day trade or scalp, which is something that, as a reminder, high risk in trying to day trade these stocks specifically. So if you guys are new to investing, try the easier approach, right? Not financial advice, but the better approach for you, both of tax incentives and in terms of market stability of just buying and holding. Doesn't have to be these two stocks, but it is one of the strategies that can turn dividends if you do it right. So now that you have seen some technical analysis of AMC, where we are expecting it to go is that this is likely going to start approaching the overbought territory. You see that the RSI was peaking above 70 a couple of times, and the volume is starting to peter out, which is something that happens through the midday, right? People in New York are starting to go on their lunch breaks. You can see that it's bright outside over on the West Coast. So one of the most important things to note is that if there is a corrective wave, we're trying to see if it can stay above that VWAP here at $10.11. That gives us a sense of the true price of how volume affects our price action. So as of right now, VWAP is trending about 25 cents lower than the price of the stock right now. And if it can be supported by the VWAP halfway through the day, AMC is going to be in great shape. Let's cover some news. AMC Entertainment stock bounces after B. Riley analyst turns bullish, right? Analyst Eric Wold says buy AMC stock as strong performance of Godzilla vs. Kong confirms consumers want to leave the house and return to theaters, right? This was written in April 5th, so likely you are seeing the aftermath of someone from 9:14 a.m. Eastern, right before markets open, telling everyone, hey, AMC's a good buy. Shares of AMC Entertainment Holdings rallied Monday after B. Riley analyst blah, blah, blah. We already just read that in the headline. Movie chain stock went up 11.38%. That's where it is right now. Bounced 4.9% in pre-market trading, following 32% tumble in the meme stock over the past 2 weeks. And this was a major bummer for AMC that was already just hovering at close to the midsection between $10 and $20. Wald raised his rating to buy from neutral and boosted his price target to $13, which is 39% above Thursday's closing price from $7. We have remained impressed with management's ability to weather the pandemic headwinds by both strengthening the balance sheet and negotiating with landlords to improve the cash runway into 2022, Wald wrote in a note to clients. And as the largest exhibitor of North America that also operates the highest number of IMAX screens, we view AMC as well positioned to benefit from the industry's projected resurgence and return to pre-pandemic attendance levels by 2023. This upgrade comes from what Wold said was an impressive opening weekend domestic box office for Warner Brothers' Godzilla vs. Kong. Warner Brothers is owned by AT&T's blah, 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 Warner Media. So Godzilla vs. Kong. Who won? Who lost? You're going to have to find out in your own local AMC theater. Wold said that although the North American theater base is only about 60% open and with seating capacity limitations averaging from 25% to 50%, the movie still took in about $50 million in domestic box office revenue. That compares with about slightly less than $50 million that Godzilla King of Monsters opened with in May 2019. Okay, interesting. So this is basically pre-pandemic levels of movie seeing. So that is very, very exciting. We believe consumers want to leave the house and return to the theater, and these results are very telling, especially considering that the movie was available for free to HBO Max subscribers at the same time the theatrical release. Now that is huge. It is not only the same levels as pre-pandemic times, however, the HBO Max subscribers was a way to circumnavigate all of that. No one had to take that risk of going outside if they didn't have the vaccines or they didn't have the right mentality that this was a safe endeavor, and yet people did go out and see this movie. So this is an important note that numbers don't lie. People can lie. People can change the manipulation and the perception of these numbers, but these numbers themselves just $1 million above what they made in 2019 with roughly the same movie. AMC investors have been subjected to roller coaster ride in the recent months, right? As the stock was caught up in the trading frenzy surrounding heavily shorted stocks, which included shares of GameStop. Oh, look, GME got a shout out here. The sell-off over the past 2 weeks followed a 5-week win streak in which the stock skyrocketed 150%. So the stock closed Thursday 53% below the more than 2-year closing high of $20 in January 27, but was still up 340% year to date, while the S&P 500 has only gained 7. That magic 7%, right? It's been 7% for a good long time, and both GameStop and GME are up quadruple digits for GME, possibly, in that same amount of time. B. Riley's Wold said that his only concern with AMC and the reason for the neutral rating was that the company's high levels of debt could put a strain on future cash flows. However, with management increasingly signaling the ability and willingness to utilize equity to reduce the debt load, we can now be more constructive on the upside opportunity for the shares, Wold wrote. So, what exactly is next for AMC? Something that we want to pay attention to on this channel is whether or not you have the opportunity to understand how to analyze a stock, one from the technical and the pattern trading analysis side, and two from the news catalyst side. So being able to understand both of them is embodied in this video. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this example. Make sure to do your own research, of course, but if you just started out on this journey, I'd love to hear your comments down below or in the live chat right now. And if you guys have not yet checked out the Patreon links, right? I'm going to update these tonight. So the Moon Platoon, the Billionaire, and this Meatball, the Space Legend tiers. If you guys want to show up on this list for an entire week and forever, right? Infinity and beyond, for just a couple of pennies a day, you guys can support the show. And I really do appreciate it. For now, but not for forever, I'll see you in the money. Okay. How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are having a good day. He's learning. He's learning. He's a learning. Okay, let me just go up and see if you guys have any other questions. GameStop still hovering at 185. Now that is a beautiful line right there, right? If GameStop can push past 185, we are golden. 184. That is basically one of the hardest levels of resistance I've seen in a while. Just pushing on that for 10 minutes straight. Alrighty. Thank you for liking this video. I think some of you did. I appreciate that. Alright, so all apes in this together, not separate. That's the better tagline. All apes in this together, not separate. Come on. Okay. Buenos dias, says LWD Rudy. Buenos dias. Let's see. I wonder if Alexis Goldstein has messaged me. Not yet, I think. It wasn't democratic. Apologies. Okay, I want to apologize to Renzel because it was not a democratic. I read too quickly over it. I didn't want to cover too much news in the morning, but entirely my fault for missing out on this piece. So Renzel, hold on, stop it. So if you guys are wondering about the other part of this Meatball, all good. It's the leaf blower, man. If he does leaf blow through my stream, though, I'm gonna be mad. So as of right here, okay, where did it? Okay, annoying. Let's just read this real quick, because if you guys are just joining here, you are likely wondering exactly what happened in our GME and why so many of the mods had left. Let's actually make this a video. Jake Howden, loving the Green Day on AMC. Let's get the stream to 2,000 likes, fellow apes. Also very impressed with the update video. There's a lot of courage to listen to your audience and make positive changes. Thank you, Jake Howden. I am trying. I am initiating that conversation. Not afraid of what it means to be better and take strides in that direction. And I appreciate people like Jake helping us make those goals. But yeah, let's get this 2K likes. Okay, so hey guys, this is a quick update on exactly what happened with our GME. You guys might have known that this was a place where a lot of brilliant, smart apes have been creating their DD, authoring it, doing peer reviews, and it was a place where friends of the shows, Hey It's Pixel, Warden Elite, and Renzel have come on the show before. And since then, we have had the opportunity to talk to dejf2 from that, also known as Dave, as well as A Tobit, who is also known as Austin. So all of these people from this subreddit must mean the subreddit has a lot of talent and a lot of great people. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of drama coming out, and I do want to be able to make sure that you understand it. Let's understand first from Renzel's point of view. He is a mod. He has come on the show before, and he has not been able to return. He has been removed as a mod and forced to resign from our GME. So let us make sure that we understand his point of view and how that there is a new platform for this. This post that he created actually was removed from our GME under the terms that this is breaking the rules of self-promotion of any kind. Promotion of any kind, and tagging the moderators. So let's have you guys decide for yourself. Until Your Name Is Cool comes out with a counter story, or the other mods come out with a counter story, we're just gonna have to cover what Renzel has to say from his side, and we're going to be able to cover exactly how this does affect the GME story. If you guys like this video update, then go ahead and make sure to drop a like on it. And we're just trying to get up to 100,000 subscribers. Really appreciate it if you guys come along for the journey. Food Platoon. Oh, what's going on? I'm going to talk to you in just a sec. I'm going to check out your super in just a second. So, hey everyone, as most of you have heard, I was put in a position where I was forced to resign as a moderator. Over the past few weeks, I've been hard on the mod team. There were some problems and everyone has made some errors. For me personally, it came last week when I got a slew of messages and people complaining about another moderator, Your Name Is Cool, being ban happy. And there was something wrong with the Discord as well. And a moderator trying to show off power by removing my post as well. So already right here, just objectively, right? I'm trying, I understand from a point of view of not wanting to ban users. It's permanent, right? It comes with sharing the responsibility of, taking a message that either was spammy, B, a message that is either against terms of service, and 3, a message that is just wholeheartedly like racist, right, or a hate message. So this is something that you have to be able to be conservative about. I am incredibly conservative about this power of being able to remove people from the platforms that they have been vocal on. So I completely agree with Renzel's point of view here. But again, as a reminder, we are only seeing it from Renzel's point of view. When he confronted Cool that he wasn't getting any answers on any regards, flat out stating that he would wait on the others, this in turn made me very paranoid. Then checking out the Discord, suddenly all the channels were gone for me, except the one he specifically made for himself to take notes on DB. Knowing that channel was only visible to moderators, he demanded answers now and didn't add everyone. As far as he knows, this will only give a message to the moderators, but apparently this gave a server-wide message to every user, which is weird because as far as he knows, only mods can view mod channels. Then he also reacted to a comment here on a sub saying that he has no clue what's going on with the Discord server. He is no longer a moderator there, but he'll look into it. This made a big problem apparently and was asked to delete it. So he did, along with the message on Discord. So this is the current whoopsie daisy. I can already see that this is forming, right? He accidentally did an at everyone. Given his service to the cause, I'm imagining that this is an okay whoopsie daisy, and this is something that he also was getting some beef with another mod. Hearing it from his side, right, it does seem like at the very least this is something that they should have communicated with him more. If they didn't have a conversation with him about his concerns, that is a big piece of disrespect to Renzel. Okay, here That message did go out to everyone on the server. He is very sorry, but given the laissez-faire attitude he was getting from Mr. Cool and getting no responses from everyone, my paranoia kicked into overdrive because he foresaw this as WallStreetBets 2.0 situation. This in combination with the, my head is gone. This in combination with the I'll wait for the rest attitude of Mr. Cool had left me to take away his mod powers until the rest of the group could chime in. So he took away someone else's mod powers early. Okay, so that gives us more context for sure. Let me see if I can get my face back here. I'm gonna keep reading. So now this mod also banned Warden. So he told the rest no wait because he wanted to talk to them and Warden to make sure that they would resolve the situation to at least not end in a permaban. So as they did see it, not a mistake as last time, as he believed there should be communication going both ways, he does think the context matters. Later, he got called into a meeting, stated that he was no longer believed Mr. Cool had the best interest and the sub in mind. Okay, so there was beef. He was the one that banned Mr. Cool first. All right, because Mr. Cool wasn't responding. But again, it was Easter. It was Easter weekend, so that is something else to consider. They claimed that he was not a good team player, which a case could certainly be made for, that he was self-aggrandizing, which he doesn't agree, and saying that he was doing this for self-serving, which again, he doesn't personally see. These things have led the rest of the mod to vote to kick him out. This was not a choice made by me, but for me. And I even wanted to stay on with limited mod powers to at least be able to be helpful in some way, but no dice, was asked to resign as a mod himself because of public image. Okay, important note here. So they voted to kick him out. And as a personal message Renzel sent me, he said that it was not democratic. I'm not sure if I'm missing the difference here, but I'm imagining the nuance is that everyone, the people that voted to kick him out did not agree with the other mods. So there was disagreement and they voted to kick him out. I do have to state how I do, however, respect Chick Thief and throw this account away. The two mods, I have no clue on how the new mods from Discord are, as I had 1 to 2 sentences talked with OWI, and he was very nice to me. He's also transparent with everyone here and would like to continue to do so, thereby my write-up here and now. I do think that Renzel is transparent. He fully expects to be banned from speaking out, even though it's factually, and realized this could be my last post on RGME. He did get banned. He did get his post taken off from RGME. He would most likely take his time to think about where he wants to go from here. He's already contemplating if he should continue with his dailies or not, as my intentions never changed, but because I got kicked from the mod team, it's going to be food for thought. I wish everyone here the best regardless, so he isn't sure if he's going to be doing daily daily creations of the posts that give you a little bit of the flavor of what to believe. However, without his guidance, I'm sure that a lot of people, thousands of people that wake up each morning to see where he has aggregated his news are going to be left in the dark. Or at the very least, they're going to be confused about which post is the right ones to actually focus on. He says his personal Twitter is here, twitter.com/Renzel. I'm going to attach this so you guys can find this as well. And again, apes don't fight apes. It's really unfortunate this happened, but Super Stonk is an alternate subreddit if you guys want to go check it out. This is also where I'm going to be starting to pick up some of the DD, especially since a lot of our good DD writers are here. So as a reminder, apes don't fight apes. Hopefully you got a good amount of understanding from this subreddit. There's already a petition for Renzel to continue doing his daily DDs on this subreddit instead, Super Stonk. So again, if you are not following our Super Stonk, you should at the very least to give respect to Renzel and to make sure that the people that have been banned from RGME can still be heard. If you guys like this video, please do consider joining as a Moon Platoon, Gorillionaire, or Meatball the Space Legend tiers. It does help support the show a ton, and I will see you in the money. Peace. Okie dokie, so I'm going to put this here. Renzel update. How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are having a good morning. Everyone's back at it. The, what is this called again? AMC source Okay, Food Platoon says, good morning, big homie. I have a question. I keep hearing about this $2 trillion infrastructure package Biden is working on. Could this potentially affect the market? If so, what's your take? Yeah, 100%. Easily could. I don't 100% know, unfortunately. So, one sec. Ashley Sarah Beauty says, where can I send you more information? You can send it one time to angimobusiness@gmail.com. But that's your one opportunity to be able to actually, because that's for business mostly. Okay. Sub Drew. Okay, so GME currently trading at that channel that we left it in, right between 184 and 180, and AMC also in that channel that we left it in, right between a little bit more predictable 1036 and 1043. So that's nice. Okay, we're gonna go back to a little bit more of ticker symbol suggestions, and then I'm gonna be going through a couple of the top posts. Boney One Kenobi. This is a full analysis of current GME SI. So that's something that we could cover. And I do mean could cover it. I'm not sure if that's the direction you guys want to go in this live stream. But that's something. Man, they did this on Easter. Easter. Okay, so... oh, I don't have andremomoney@gmail.com. That's not me. I'm andremobusiness@gmail.com. Did I say the wrong thing? andremomoney@gmail.com is a completely different email. Okay, so we have Palantir. Okay, I do want to see that. Viacom. Let's do Viacom first, and then let's do Palantir. Viacom first, and then Palantir. So let's get rid of this for now. Oh yeah, so Western Digital. Let's do this real quick. Western Digital, Viacom, and then Palantir. So, oh, AMC. AMC is just ripping. No worries. Don't mind him. AMC is on a bender right now, 1054. On the hourly chart, it seems like Western Digital has just been trading pretty flat, although how flat is this? 73 to 63? Not that flat. Just a crazy outlier. This outlier seems to have dropped it 50% and then jumped back up. This is during after hours? Yeah, it was. Come on, what's going on here? So a double top right here. So this is 3 touch points of WDC. Something to note is that this is basically the beautiful double top pattern right here, right? An M pattern that trends downward. Easy to recognize if you see this is something as 72.20, and then people coming over here trying to get 72.20 again to sell off. And then some people saw it early, some people try to resist, and then a major sell-off happened. So this is actually a textbook, beautiful example of a double top, also known as a M pattern, right? The opposite of a George W. So this pattern right here dropped the stock from a high of 72 bucks all the way down to 61. And then currently hovering right at that 72. I would say right now it's not a great entry point because right now it's been on a mostly after hours driven rip from a breakout of 67 all the way up to 72. So that's not a insignificant amount of change. About 10% change in the after hours alone. I would say that WDC is currently not a strong entry point, but if you wanted to hold, this is something to consider, right? It hasn't been able to make it past 72 bucks ever. This is as high as it's been in the recent, maybe ever. So as of right now, it's your choice, because I don't see any news catalyst, so I don't know if it's raring to go. Let's see, Viacom, and then Palantir. And then back to some more GME. So for Viacom, we saw this sell-off because of Archegos, or someone said that it's called Archegos. Really? Archegos, maybe? Scissors in the chat if it's Archegos. Rockets in the chat if it's Archegos. Okay, so because they were a hedge fund that went and got themselves margin called, they sold off all of their Viacom, caused a major dip from $101 to $69. Again, it's like these meme stocks are so difficult to get rid of 69 here as a meme culture. Yeah, Viacom seems like it's not making the same recovery as Discovery, right? If you went back into Viacom thinking, oh, there's a great opportunity here, unfortunately, that might not be the case. About 43 bucks here. So unfortunately, that might not be the case here. Don't have enough news catalyst on Viacom to be able to fully tell, but I will go back and do a full analysis of it later. Okay, we have Tim saying, morning, Master Mo Money. Other day on Timber, I was curious on 75% short interest thoughts. Hey, Tim, I even had, what was I gonna say? I even clipped up your post because I remember it was Tim from Timber. So if you want to see that, I'm thinking about it. It's only like a 3-minute long video. Cassandra Hernandez says, NFTs, oh, Meatball NFTs sold. As promised, here are some extra for his treats. You'll message your Instagram later with a high quality PNG you can put on any color background. Thanks to whoever now owns Meatball. Aww, Meatball is an NFT. Thank you, Cassandra. Cassandra Imagines, I believe, is your Instagram. Go check her out. Gosh, the Meatball NFT sold. Meatball is an NFT. If you guys didn't even know, now you do. And it's sold. That's good news. That's some good news here. Okay, apparently it's Archegos. Archipelago. Meatball, I'm just joking. It's not Archipelago. Okay, geez, Meatball, take a joke. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. The lawnmower man is on my patio right now. No, I think he's spraying for bugs. This is how Uncle spray for bugs. Ha! Anybody understand that reference? First one to follow me on Instagram and tell me where that reference is from gets a big thumbs up from me. Meatball, it's okay. He's just spraying for bugs. He's spraying for bugs, Meatball. You're not a bug. It's all good. It's all good. AMC is going off. 15% up on the day. Shh. Meatball, shush. Shh. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. AMC up 15%. It's okay. Music Hunter, Andrew, I think you're literally the most informative YouTuber that really gives in-deep information on the stock market. Thank you for your hard work. I thank you, Music Hunter. We're giving appreciation to the people who give nice supers today. I appreciate that. I'm kind of like a proud teacher. Like a proud elementary school teacher is like, here you go. Just put that there. You know what? Actually, it's going to start putting it over here. I'm not even sure if you guys can see that very well. Heat Protect. Alright, so AMC, GME has actually passed through our 183. Wow, today has just been an awesome day. It was a bad pre-market for sure for GME, but it has now pushed above three levels of resistance. 3 levels of resistance. And what did you do today? Huh? GME is pulling weight right now. Holy moly. It's going brrr. MTBL is going brr. I'm going to check out MTBL in just a sec. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, it's Archegos from now on. Cost says it's Archegos. Archigos. Okay. Can you move the screenshot from Echo? Oh boy, I can move every screenshot all at once. Meatball. There we go. Meatball is angry about GME manipulation. I got you, Jake Howden. Okay, so we have Palantir on deck, and then we have the MBTL, whatever it is. Palantir. Oh, I should have bought. I was thinking about buying a while ago, all the way down to 21 bucks. I guess it wouldn't have been, because it wasn't that great of a rip anyway. But Palantir is currently on, I think, the second part of a series of impulse waves here. It's all the way down to 20 bucks, and now it got rejected twice. So this double rejection at 23 bucks. And then is now briefly poked its head above it, and now it is trading back at this level. But it could be resistance. It could be support now instead of resistance. So that's good. Grass guy outside is the hedgies. Meatball's out to get him. Oh my god, it makes perfect sense. Oh, it makes perfect sense. Oh man, it makes perfect sense. Heck yeah. That's right. You guys got it. It's Jackie Chan Adventures. Holy moly, that was ridiculous. Ooh. Oh yes, we haven't looked at the option chain today. Getting distracted. Let's make this running AMC. Pop. Oh. $200, $1 million in puts, $900,000 in calls. So there's going to be some battling up ahead, but this could be the reason why GME is ripping. Because of this options ramp here, there's a little bit of a call ramp from 180 all the way up to 200. At 200 there is going to be a put wall, but as of right now it seems okay. For AMC on the other hand, I would say that AMC, let's look at this options chain here, has a little bit of resistance up to $10, but now it's mainly in options ramp all the way up to 11. So it should delta hedge all the way up to 11 if those shares have not already been bought yet. Oh, you guys can't see any of that. I'm such a dummy. Okay, so now let's look one more time. We see this option ramp here at 180 bucks, about like 5 million. Like, this is peanuts. This is just normal amounts of options compared to the crazy amount of deep in the money options that we saw earlier last week. We can look at that in just a sec. But there is a major $1 million wall that we do have to worry about at $200. And for AMC, we have most of its ramp going up to $11 right here. So currently this $10 and these 1050s have been delta hedged already. So $11 currently is where we are heading up towards. Grass guy outside is the hedgies. Seriously. Oh man. So good. Oh, so good. You hate the hedgies. We fight the hedgies. We bite the hedgies. We learn from the hedgies. We grow with the hedgies. And then we cut them down. Okay, so Archegos is Greek for leader priest. It should be pronounced as archaeology. Ah. Archegos. Archegos. That's fun. Okay, so AMC just announced. AMC just announced what? Oh my god, it's ripping all the way up to 11. AMC. AMC stock entertainment bounces. Well, at least we explained why AMC was bouncing. What did AMC just announce? Lo Kenzie says, I watch and like all your videos, loving the new style of detailed information lately. Much thank you to Andrew Mo. Let's go to the moon. I'll bring Lumpia. Yes! Sean Amick. What? Whoa. How do I see what options are hedged? You can't see what options are hedged. Delta hedging is just a process that we understand from the ways to the risk profile. If you guys still haven't seen that video, there is risk when you don't hedge your bets. And so as the price gets closer and closer, you can essentially cut out all of your losses by just buying into the stock. Right. That said, as long as the stock continues to rise upward, you will then be delta hedged against any potential losses because you already own the stock. So even though some people just sell their calls instead of exercising them, the institutions that sold that call cannot afford that risk. So they try to use a bunch of Greek to figure out exactly how many shares they need to buy. And if it rolls past $11, a smart firm would have bought all of them. Or whatever percentage makes sense. Krug's Galder, that's a really good idea, compiling all the DD. Generally, that's the one that was from yesterday. That one had basically all the DD you needed to understand from Carlos Trades. So if you guys haven't seen that one from last night, that one was like, oof, that was good. Basically the only DD you needed to read for today. However, 005, yeah, there's always going to be a lag because if I'm trying to compose a video by the time it takes like a week to normally do a YouTube video, all of the information is going to be at least missing a couple of pieces. AMC has now ripped past $11. Currently, now the next resistance level is 11.16. Let's see if it can pass through that as well. Woo, baby, it's getting interesting. It is getting interesting. Danny Garcia, Andrew, can you explain how there could be a put wall at $200? I thought puts for a lower price than the current. This is a in the money put. The opposite of a deep in the money call, right? This is a near in the money or near in the money put for $200. So that's just going to be a different premium. AMC is up almost 20%. This is how the world works. Holy moly. Smashing through that $11 here. So remember, AMC was upgraded to a $13 price target by a analyst. So now that analyst says so, everyone is going there. That person is a qualified analyst. Is this the squeeze? Is Justin Schmidt? No, don't spread FUD. Is this the squeeze? It's certainly good though. It certainly feels good to be able to start riding AMC up to the moon. 11.20. So very, very close. This is something that we were just predicting early this morning, right? Using normal, the normal pieces of analysis here. As you can see, this is basically just gearing us up for liftoff, right? Trading in between. That's why I got so excited. Between two levels of predictable momentum, it gives a lot of the people who are trading this at larger volumes than we are chance to like understand, grow, and be like, oh shoot. This is exactly how to get AMC to hit the next resistance level, which they successfully did. So every time we see like a moon launch of this caliber, right? a 10% rise from like 1040 to 1120 is because somebody was moving things around, right? So a whale has to usually initiate this kind of price action movement. Andrew Money, the Pope of Stonk. Oh man. Did you see that Max Mara made 10K overnight? I haven't seen that video yet, but good for Max. Max is a good friend. This is hilarious. Hilarious how much money there is to be made in crypto right now. If you guys haven't gotten your $250 of free Bitcoin, oof, what are you doing? Go get your $250 of free Bitcoin. Do it now. It's free real estate. It's free real estate. It's not free real estate, but it is free Bitcoin. So there we go. Let's see. Calvin Smith says, Andrew bought 3x call options for 30 bucks at 50 cents on Robinhood. It hasn't confirmed yet. Do you think it will? Shady and not gonna give it. Why'd you buy it on Robinhood if you're gonna ask me? Like, I just cut off my finger. Do you think it's gonna reattach? Not as bad as that, but Robinhood, no good. If you guys wanted a proper broker, WeBull, go ahead and go down to the description. There's that WeBull link right there. It says quit Robinhood. It's an easy way to figure out how to get your 2 free stocks down below. Oh, German markets are closed. Julian, a sink. Why would you want to buy right now when everything's ripping? You want to buy the dips. What have we learned? What have we learned? That doesn't seem very fair, though, to have certain markets open but some aren't. Like, what if the squeeze happens today and the German markets aren't open? That would be really rough. Let's see. I'm not a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I'm just referencing a meme from a while ago. Let's see. Meatball, you okay? You doing good? Having a good day? Having a good day. So, a quick update on Meatball. Meatball is going back to the vet tomorrow to get a quick cytology of his cyst. And then we'll figure out where to go from there. Andrew Colieber, deep in the money calls illegal activity if they are trading options for super cheap. Isn't there a law for price of options must contain the value? No. So here's how you can buy a steep in the money call. For example, actually, yeah, I've already explained this too many times, so I don't want to have to clip this up again. I know this is going to be upside down. So I'm going to flip my screen real quick so you guys can see the screen correctly. Transform, flip, horizontal. I think my entire tag is going to be backwards too, but that's fine. Whispers loudly. It's free real estate. Yes. And people get it. Gabe Plankton. Meatball versus Hedgies in theaters soon. Oh, I cannot wait. That's cool. I love Gabe Plankton. Not just his comments, but just everything about him. Gabe, it just works so well. If you guys don't know, Gabe Plotkin is the CIO of Melvin Capital. And so that is where that's from. But Gabe Plankton, oof, and I would trust him with my tendies. So what we have here is the price of a stock. Hold on, there. Let's go. Say it's going this way. Okay, and so now you want to buy a deep in the money call. Let's say that the money that you wanted to buy it at here, where it hasn't been for a long time. This is $5, about $3.50 actually. This is about $3.50. So you want to buy a $3.50, but the stock is like $200. Well, if you want to buy an at the money call, it's going to cost $200 at least, right? Because you're saying, okay, I want to buy a call option. I want to be able to buy the stock at $200. So that's $200 right there. I'm going to have to pay $200 no matter what for the stock. That's the call itself, is the strike price. And then you have to pay a premium, right? The premium for like $200 back in when it wasn't $200 was already like $50. So this premium is probably going to be like even more, like somewhere between like 40 to 100. I know 40 is not more, but we're thinking about this. Jessa Bell, thank you for joining the Moon Platoon. Aw, Jessa has been supporting the show for a good amount of time. Big shout out to Jessa. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Whereas AMC is sliding out of that level of resistance. GameStop has now pushed past 187, baby, returning green for the day, 1% at a time, about 1.5% soon. Okay, so $40 to $100, right? Premium. This is going to cost pretty much like somewhere between $240 to $300. Okay, I know it's tiny, but look at that. That's how much this call costs at $200. If you buy this call, it's going to cost at least this much money because this is a much more of a surefire bet. You wanted to buy it at $3.50, but it's worth $200 right now. So the law, like the invisible hand here, is saying, oh, in that sense, this should be cost like above $300 because it's a lot more likely that it's going to be in the money and you want to exercise it. Because $350, it's easy. So this is why this is not going to. This is an expensive way to, as we've hypothesized in the past, cycle out FTDs. It's a cyclical way to be able to pay a little bit more to hurt the stock a little bit more and make a lot of money on top of that. That's how you do a deep in the money call. That's why it works, because the invisible hand is like, well, in that case, it should be more expensive, shouldn't it? Okay, so we have the full analysis of the current GME SI. That's something right there. Corgi love, says Colette. Aww. Corgi love. So, what was that stock I said I was gonna do? Now it's gone. Great. Seamen, bring my rum. I won the auction for the Meatball NFT. Really? If I sell, I will donate 30% of the profit to local animal shelters. Meatball is my spirit animal. We found the person who bought the Meatball NFT. Yes. Okay, this is wholesome F. You guys are wondering where the Meatball NFT is. This is the story of the Meatball NFT. Let me know if this is too small to read. Hopefully not. That's the Meatball NFT right here. Oh, what a good story. Guys, make sure to support your local artists. If you guys wanted to check out NFTs for that reason, that's a good one. I did put out a poll earlier last night to ask you guys about NFTs. So let's actually check the results of that poll. That's cool. Thanks for smashing that like button, guys. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys have not yet subscribed, I'm sure almost all of you are, but we are grinding away, learning more about the stocks every day. Okay, so 2,500 votes. Do you trust altcoins or NFTs as safe investments? No, even artists are warning of a bubble. Remember, I wrote all of these, so I tried to make them as not as leading as possible, but unfortunately, unless I just go no or yes, it doesn't really change the. Oh my God, GME, here we go. We're green! Green for the day! Just saw it right there. Green for the day. GME is pushing right now. Absolutely pushing it. Holy moly. Ooh! Yes. Oh, man. Holy moly. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm looking at some emails here. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is very good email from 20 minutes ago. Thank you, Ashley, if you're still watching this. Okay, so thank you so much, actually. Wow. Okay, always two sides to every story. That's why. Okay, so you trust altcoins or NFTs as safe investments? No, even. Okay, so GameStop is currently tracking all the way up to 195. That's the next level of resistance. Let's see if it pushes past 2. If you guys are wondering how to be productive, just be like GameStop, right? Push past 1 level of resistance at 171, 2 levels of resistance at 180, 3 levels at 185, 4 levels at 188, and now currently trying to pass its 5th level at 195 and change. Have you out of your pajamas today? I only put this on because I have a YouTube show that I have to host, but otherwise, yeah, this is the journey. Nice try, Ken, says Sean. Yeah, that's a good one. So I wanted to go through this poll real quick while GME continues to do that. So do you trust altcoins or NFTs as safe investments? No, even artists are warning of a bubble. This is kind of like this is what WeBull said in an interview with him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a bubble before there's actually stability. So this is why I put that as an option. 24% of you are like, yes, Dogecoin to the moon. I knew that one was gonna get most of you. It's because I wanted to add some context. I didn't want to just put yes. So I wanted to put Dogecoin to the moon just in case. It looks like a lot of you like that one. And then no, only BTC and ETH are stable cryptos. That's the one that's the most popular choice. I agree with this a ton. I don't know enough to decide. Can you make a video explaining? 18%. Boom. So this is the kind of questions that I make in the late nights of my brain and going like, ooh, that would be a good question. I'll find out about it. Quaranta set 47. Bull run, enriching me, all that I see. Absolute 10Ds. Thank you for that poem. That was an absolute poem. Thank you. Let me check my volume and see if it's good. Can I check my volume? The absolute 10Ds. Thank you for that poem. That was an okay, I think it's loud, but it's just turn down your volume if it's too loud. Let's see, Justin Jacqua. Let's see. Well, Justin, to your point, I agree with this. That all five of my answers are mine. So I just wanted to see what you guys are thinking. I can see answers for all three of these, right? These are all three like perfectly fine. Well, this one is just says Dogecoin to the moon, but these are okay responses. But this one is the one that I wanted you guys to explain more about in case there was other stuff about NFTs and altcoins that I haven't covered yet. Matt Weiler, happy Monday. Grateful for all of you and your community. Weiler. I don't know why you do that. Maybe I missed your very first super when you explained why you say Weiler, but now I can't stop saying it. That's fantastic. Oh, man. Okay, back to GME real quick. GME did not get past its 5th level of resistance. That's okay. Rejected at 195, now trading right between 2 levels. But gonna give us a little bit more volatility, a little more leeway, because these 2 levels are a little bit more spread out from each other. But let's see. A light noise suppressor, you got it. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Well, I do have a light voice. I do have a suppressor, actually, as it turns out. Yeet Actual says, thank you for what you do. Can you look at VeChain? VeChain. VeChain is a crypto, I'm imagining, so we're gonna have to go to price action. Okay, we can look at Coinbase. Crypto.com. Anybody get that ad all the time? Crypto.com/crypto blah 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 blah. Okay, VeChain. It's been a pretty good 24 hours with VeChain. So VeChain was hovering around, okay, so I had a major rip back in the beginning of February. In the end of February, it went from a breakout of 4 cents all the way up to 9 cents. Wow. Dipped a small amount, corrected, but now is on a major bender to 10 cents. This is a stock that I would need, not a stock, this is a crypto that I would need to have a little bit more context on. However, as of right now, these are kind of like, they operate in the similar vein of like penny stocks, where it's like any small news catalyst or any small price movement can be over-examined and then acted on with a lot of the buy the rumor, sell the news mentality. So as of right now, I'm imagining that there's something going on Let's see if we have some news here. Nothing going on here. Announcing the Rosetta Grants program. Yeah, no. So I would say right now, I am going to dig up more information about how these cryptos should be analyzed. But as of right now, it looks to me like a stock that is bullishly running up, and it ran up really, really hard the last few days, and that's why you should be cautious. We're on our way to 75K, no, 100K. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. It'd be really cool if you guys wanted to come. Let's come along for the journey. On our way to 100,000 subscribers. Now let's go and look at this. Full analysis of current GME SI. Proof from the data it is much higher than stated and how they are hiding it. Again, this kind of stuff, at the very least over this weekend, wasn't very popular. I guess it was the Easter weekend. But people are kind of maybe, it's up to you. Let me know if you guys are getting a little tired of how these, the GME DD is always like the SI is higher. Like, we understand the SI is higher. But if there's an actual bombshell about the data and how it's aggregated without having to pull some strings and actually like say, yeah, actually the SI is higher because of this, that's another issue entirely. However, as you know, the FIN report is going to be updated this week, so excitedly I will be covering that. Pretty sure it's coming out this week. Let's see. Colin S says, hey Andrew, big fan. Would love to hear your take on MSNF, Mrs. V on the Canadian side, on a bit of a rip this morning, okay? MSNF, Mrs. V. Is it still up 19%? Yeah, this title is still good. Comp coin, okay. Oh, Hex. Oh, the crypto people are coming out. Okay, sure. So I will be back to Mrs. V in just a sec, but let's do Hex and then Compcoin. First off, now peeps want to hop on the VeChain train. Fine, I guess, but in all seriousness, VeChain's fundamentals and partnerships are insane, says Mike G. Okay, we've got some bullish people on VeChain. So Hex and then Compcoin. Can I search? No. Can I go and look at this stock? No, this stock. There we go. So Hex. Great. Search. Oh my god. CoinDesk. Hex. What is Hex a ticker symbol? What is Hex? I can't seem to find it. How about Hex crypto price? There we go. Coin market cap today. Thank you. Oh, this looks a lot like WeBull. Ah, okay, so let's look at Hex and then Compcoin is coming up next. And then ACY. I love this show. Andrew, Mo Money Gain, says John Herrera. Heck yeah. So ACY is going to be down here with Palantir real quick. Okay. Ooh, up 60% today. Oh, that's after being up like a ton more yesterday too. Okay, that's an interesting stock. Come on, GME. Scissors for my boy GME, please. Can you give a shout out to the VeChain gain? Heck yeah. Shout out to the VeChain gain. That's just a fun. Anything that has like AIN gain, like is just a good combination. Okay, so Hex is on a bit of a rip as well. I think it's been just a very bullish weekend for crypto in general. So in March, hey, you come here and just take the treats? That's what I thought. Hang out with me. Your father is lonely. So we have teenagers. So we have the stock traveling up from a breakout of 0.8 cents. I was like, just gotta read this correctly, to 2 cents. And now it seems to have double topped at 2 cents. This double top makes me uncomfortable. Notice how it is staying here. I don't think I have the minute by minute chart, do I? No, this is the month. This is the day. The day, it seems a lot less likely this is a double top. Okay, so 7 days. We saw a top of about 2 cents and then a dip down to 1.8 cents. And then it is currently trading slightly higher back to 1.9 cents. I would say as of right now, Hex is currently consolidating and is possibly in a corrective wave here. However, when I was looking at it on the yearly chart, which I don't know why I am, I was afraid that this was a double top here, which is which is a sign that investors want to pull out their cash. So this is also known as the M pattern here. We want to make sure that we are avoiding. Yeah, I think in terms of what I can see, Hex is currently on a bull run. Careful that there's not going to be a major crypto pullback in general, and that is that's all I'm going to say about it for now. Compound. Whoa. Hey, baby. Good morning. Tommy Castro's like, so Kong versus Godzilla is doing the same as Godzilla King of Monsters. Lol, 50% capacity coming soon. Imagine how this will boost Kong Godzilla. Seriously. No, I'm not even joking. That's like, can you imagine this box office being the exact same as a movie from way before the pandemic started? Come on. This is the resurgence in theaters that analysts have been waiting for. Thank you. Oh, my Instagram is backwards. You're right. It's because I twisted my head. Actually, you know what? Yeah, why do I care? I should just make this the way from now on. Hold on. Yes. Okay, I'll be done. I'll wrap up. Okay. There we go. Now everything's the way it works nowadays. Okay, there we go. So, comp. So the thing about comp right now is that it trends down from the breakout point here at around, how much is this? 183 bucks. So 183 or around $200 is where it started to peak in the beginning of January. Saw a scary similarity to the price action of GME actually in AMC. So it mooned around $300 and people would have been like, uh-oh, is it going to crash? And nope, it doesn't. So it continues and gets all the way up to 460 bucks. 460 trends downward here at March 25th. Okay, so that's currently where it is. And it seems like it is trying to break out of this brand new high. So it has achieved a brand new high, about 544 bucks, around 550. So that correction makes sense. As of right now, you have to make, from a momentum-based stance, right? You would like it to see a reversal if it continues moving downward. If it downtrends all the way to 474, you would like to see it reverse and start to push back up. If it doesn't, that's the tricky part. If it doesn't, then it's going to possibly return back in this risk profile here to about 350 bucks. So keep track of it for a little bit longer, because as of right now, it just doesn't seem to be moving as much as we would predict after topping out and now seeing a minor dip. just like 30 bucks. So I would say right now that was about a 8% dip on a crypto. That's basically no volatility whatsoever. So you should be feeling okay. But again, there's that question, right? Altcoins or no altcoins? Tell us about AMC. So I did a whole video about AMC earlier that I'm going to clip up. I think I'm going to release that AMC video in between these two streams. So like you guys know, you should show up right as bell opens, because I do. So you guys should show up at 6:30 a.m. PST or about 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and then we travel through the morning hours, and then I come back for power hour. So that's something that I want to be able to tell you guys. Wait one sec. Give me a hot second. I'm gonna... Okay, sweet. Meatball, you want to come chill? Relaxing with us? Meatball, you want to come chill? What? Okay, so I do have a couple of things to clip up in this video. That's half the reason why I stopped, because one, I need some time to decompress, but two, it just gives me a little bit more time to be able to clip up these videos for you guys in an orderly manner. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to clip it up until like way after. So you guys wanted a quick recap and you guys are just joining in. One, there's some drama with GME, but it seems to have been, it's an ongoing story, so I don't want to be able to report on it too much. There is also the possibility that we have Alexis Goldstein coming on the show. She seemed bullish on coming on, and then she just dropped a message during the live stream that she is not sure yet. So for what it's worth, I haven't decided yet. People sort of lost it, and part of her just wants to lay low. Totally respect that, understand that. So if she doesn't want to come on, that's up to her. But also we have some major rips from AMC and GME this morning. We're likely to see a bit of sideways trading for the rest of the day, just hovering between $11.16 for AMC and right below 195 for GME. And this kind of price action is likely going to continue rolling through the day, and then towards the latter half of the day we might see some more rips. That's why it just makes sense to come on back in a little sec. I do want to be able to check if something happens here. Let's see. Mauricio says HBAR crypto is governed by IBM Google. Did you want me to cover HBAR? Or is that just a fact? Like facts, HBAR is governed by IBM and crypto. Real Mr. Meg says, good morning and good vibes, fellow ape. Good morning and good vibes, fellow ape. My wife has a boyfriend, so if we moon, I want to date with Hodelstein. Make it happen, Mo Drizzle. Oh, I'm not sure. Not sure if I can. Josh Chalinsky says, your video on TTC 005 was incredible. I really do appreciate that. You know, it's kind of words that warms me to my shoot, I can't keep saying that word. Cockles of my heart. That's what I'm trying to say, but I gotta stutter. YouTube, I was stuttering. I do this to myself. I really play myself. Ugh. Gosh. Meatball, come save me. Okay, So for the non-English speakers, I was speaking another word. I didn't mean to get you real confused for a second, but I do want to cover this. So let's make sure that we actually cover this. I do want to also be, like I said, remember the promise that we made earlier this morning, Moon Platoon, we got to talk, is I need to make sure that I actually can like speak on this. We're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Death. Ultra banned. Super banned. Ugh. Super banned. I'm seeing your live chats come in right now with like a 30-second delay. I'm super banned from YouTube now. Oh no. Unfortunate. You're what? Says Mr. Miggs. Aw. Kompa, are you free at 9? Or do you have a meeting?
No, I think that's before.
I was gonna do Dodo with you.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna find the parking space.
Okay.
And then we can do it.
Sweet. Sounds good. Alright. So, whoopsie. Sorry, guys. Oh, man. I suck. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Chapter 4, why I'm holding. Chapter 5, prediction for next week. Epilogue. I don't like how there's no too long didn't read. Don't you know that this is long and we don't want to possibly read it if I don't know what's going to happen? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I did it to myself. Oof. Wish I didn't do that. From Stonks and to what? Andrew, what? I'm sorry. What? I wasn't trying to. Yeah, but I just kept stuttering on the syllable that would have been a mean word. A ween, like a weenus. I can say that too. YouTube, I'm watching you. The full analysis of current GME SI. I don't want to like skip over this too much. But this person is an AI data science world for more than 15 years, and now one of the top AI researchers. What? Who are you? Boney Wan Kenobi? Let's see if he has any credentials. He is a leading data science AI researcher at a Fortune 500 company. Ooh. Let's see what else he did. And you know what? Actually, hey, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
This guy isn't it?
Oh no, where did all my messages go? Oh man, this is bad. Okay, I need to log out and log back in because of my messages. They're no longer here. People are saying that George W. I don't see this as a double bottom. This is, you know what, actually? No, this one candle. Okay, so on the wicks, this is not a double bottom, but on the bodies of the candle, this could be. I don't want to give you guys too much false hope. The double bottoms there. Boom. Yeah, hot diggity. We're seeing this real stock price right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in, check my inbox for my old Reddit alias, and then I'm going to message Boney Wan Kenobi to see if he wants to come on the show. dejf2. Okay, so now yes, I already covered what Super Stunk is all about. So Super Stunk is the new GME, our GME. Okay, so now I'm here at Boney1 Kenobi's start this chat. Hey Boney1 Kenobi. I say hi. I go by Andrew Money on YouTube. Many of my it's a low estimate actually, but 100,000+ daily watchers would like you to come on and live stream with us to chill and talk about your DD. We've had a Tobit, Warden Elite. Hey, it's Pixel at Renzel. dejf2. Is that his name? Dave. dejf2. Okay, so let's see if Boney1 Kenobi wants to come on the show. This is the way the show works. I just reach out to you on Reddit, and then let's see if you want to come on. But before that, let us cover this. When David walks this, why is the German market closed? I really want to buy more AMC. Posture check. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh jeez. Okay, so full analysis of how the current GME SI proved from the data it is much higher than stated and how they are hiding it. So we do like it when we have data. And this person is seemingly a top 45 Fortune 500 company. So let's actually take a look at what his percent. What does his percent does he think? Let's give you guys the quick rundown. Uh, 3.8 million shares available, 14 million shares. Okay. There's 62 million shares that were in 12/31/2020. Known data. 50% chance of giving us 31 million shares. It's a lot of math. Now think of the potential for an e-commerce turnaround to get the stock up to 191. Oh, okay, so it's just comparing different stocks, SIs here. Prediction for next week. Let's just start here. I think this is the most important part. What does he actually care about for next week? Looking at predictions, forget good whales. The Cohen announcement and Gamma Squeeze are opportunities here. I have said lower again and again in my most recent post that low volatility is great for lowering IV. So that is the kicker there. No guarantees until GameStop comes out and hits us with a detailed convincing e-commerce plan. He thinks the chances of nothing happening are greater than even a Gamma Squeeze. But remember, a squoze is not why he is holding. Epilogue. Okay, this is a cool DD. We're gonna cover it real quick. Ooh, ooh, ah. Okay, I'm gonna cover this, and then I think I'm gonna be, I'm gonna drop my 2 cents with Mr. Whiteboard. And then I'm going to come back for Power Hour, I think. Hold on, let me check again. Boop, 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 boop. I need a rubber keyboard. So it doesn't like click, 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 click. Okay, so here we go. Hey guys, let me show you what's behind Mr. Whiteboard today. Nobody. Meatball. How's it going? We are going to have a Mr. Whiteboard session. We're going to have a meatball session, and we're going to be able to start over this. Start this over. Let's start this over because that wasn't very good. Let me draw meatball real quick. If you guys have never seen me draw, hold on, let me see. So he's gonna have a nose. Meatball, no, stay here. He's gonna have like big ears. He's gonna have big ears, and that's really hard to see. Right, he's gonna have big ears. And he's gonna have this head. And he's gonna look like this. And the most important piece of Meatball is that he has his nose. Look at me again. Yeah, he has his kind eyes. No, this looks like scary dark eyes. Meatball, look at me. This is not good. This is why I'm not at the this is why I'm a YouTube stock man instead of a. There we go. That's as good as it gets for now. Okay. Hey, you guys. Today we're going to talk about Professor Meatball and Mr. Whiteboard, as well as getting you guys in the gear of why, from another data scientist perspective, another one of the data scientists have come out of the woodwork and have now done a full analysis on the current GME SI, the short interest rate. Proof that the data is much higher than stated and how they're hiding it. Usually we started this from the top to the bottom, right? Get all the details and then we do some whiteboarding. No, we are going to go through to what he predicts for next week first, for chapter 5, and then work our way up to actually understand the most important stuff first, and then build up his case from there, just to have you guys have a better understanding here, right? We are looking at the research from a user, Boney1 Kenobi, so make sure to show the source some love, right? Throw an upvote on here. He is an AI data scientist who has been in for more than 15 years, and now he's one of the top AI researchers and data scientists at a Fortune 50 company. He has done an actual professional DD research for commodities markets. So in short, he likes numbers, but then again, he is just some random person on the internet. So why should you trust me? He could be a Jedi cat for all you know. And you know what? Honestly, if he's a Jedi cat, I think that'll be pretty trustworthy too. But as a reminder, he is not a financial advisor and neither am I. And we are going to be working through his work to the most beginner of beginners to understand exactly why is the SI percent different than stated. Meatball is ready for this as well. So you see, this is going to be a good amount. We're going to be jumping around to make sure that we are actually picking out the pieces of the puzzle that are the most important parts, right? Most importantly, let's go through predictions for next week, right? When looking at predictions, he wants you to forget good whales, long whales, right? Players in the market that are trying to initiate the squeeze for us on our behalf, or really on their behalf. We're just piggybacking along for the ride. All of the big players are, hold on, let me turn this back to GME. All of the big players are trying to make money. There isn't 5D chess happening with the whales. What is happening to the short players and long players are waiting for opportunities. The low volatility represents low liquidity. People be hodling and waiting for an opportunity. The dip after earnings was an opportunity for the short players. The Cohen announcement and the gamma squeeze were opportunities used by the long players. So there's two possibilities that he sees. One, a gamma squeeze, or two, the e-commerce transition plan is announced. The next big activity is likely going to be driven by one of these two factors. Okay, so let's give Mr. Whiteboard a look-see here. Let's erase my cartoon Meatball. What is implied volatility? For now, all you need to understand is that this is a metric, right? A measurement that allows people who want to bet on the price of the stock being either higher or lower than a certain price, also known as options, to be able to get a better sense of, well, should I expect this to happen? It's giving you a confidence interval of how much you think a stock is going to be able to either fall below, the 50th percentile, the 20th percentile, the 95th percentile, or the other way around. If all that mumbo jumbo is, if we see a stock that looks like this, it's going to have way more IV than a stock that looks like this. And if this looks familiar, then that's because this is essentially what GME and AMC have been doing, especially AMC, for a long period of time. So implied volatility, sideways trading could be good because it allows people to be able to place better bets on this one. This one, it has more gamma squeeze potential because the cost of these calls are much lower than if the IV was higher. The reason why this is so important has been covered by Warden Elite, has been covered by Alexis Goldstein, right? We need to be able to have low IV, or at the very least decreasing IV, to be able to have a better shot at the gamma squeeze. That's what we're focusing on, not the short squeeze, the gamma squeeze. We also always look at the options chain on this show. So if you guys didn't know and have not yet hit that subscribe button, we do go bell to bell, buzzer to buzzer. We wake up with the market and look at the options, look at the market price movements, and then we come back and we learn everything we need to learn about the stock and the process here. Okay, he here talks about more about lowering IV here, and here's his prediction right here, plain and simple. Another sideways day tomorrow, that's today, at modest gain, if any, due to the recent jobs report. Tuesday and or Wednesday could get real interesting with a chance of a gamma squeeze. However, it is far from guaranteed. If it doesn't happen Wednesday, it probably won't happen this week since the theta decay from options gets real high on Thursday, Friday, in which case look for the next week to possibly be exciting. Interesting. So he thinks usually the common logic and the common wisdom is that gamma squeezes happen on Friday, right? Gamma squeezes are much more likely to happen Thursday and Friday when the calls are getting closer to be expiring. So as of right now, he thinks that the catalysts are actually going to be somewhere between the first part of this week. So do not miss out on this week. No guarantees on anything though. Until GameStop comes out and hits us with a detailed and convincing e-commerce plan, he thinks that the chance of nothing happening are greater than even a gamma squeeze. Remember, a squoze is not why he's hodling. So why is he hodling? Let's go right back up to the next the previous chapter and actually understand why is this Fortune 50 data scientist, AI top researcher of his class going to actually hold his shares. Long-term potential, that is the reason. He doesn't care about any squozing because the long-term prospects of the company are amazing. Let's talk about his evaluation. First, with the price being 191, GameStop is worth 13.3 billion. This is mostly based on it being a brick and mortar store with the potential to become an e-commerce company. If this doesn't make sense, it's kind of like saying that this is McDonald's before it actually starts the retail franchise. Right now, they're just working on burgers, right? They're just doing what they've been doing good, and it has been making them a $13 billion company before the next part, which is the actual Ray Kroc comes in, with who, you know, Mr. Ryan Cohen coming in. Ray Kroc, Ryan Cohen, those names sound pretty familiar, pretty similar. This is what we are waiting for right now, long-term valuation. But wait, there's more. If we take the share dilution from heavy short interest calculated above, there are an additional 48 million shares there. So if they were removed from the pool, the actual worth right now per share would be 322 per share. So the undiluted value of the company is even greater. But we aren't even done. Now, e-commerce websites, so e-commerce companies are evaluated much higher than brick and mortar. We've actually covered this in the previous DD as well. He's mentioned the current price reflects on the potential of becoming an e-commerce company. So let's look at some other companies. First, Amazon, right? We covered the Amazon killer DD a couple of videos ago. $1.5 trillion with a 75 PE ratio, aka they are priced at 75x of their profits they earn in a year. The average PE ratio of the S&P 500 is 13 to 15. Amazon is a mature company and is viewed as a pinnacle of e-commerce, but still, that is still 6 times higher than the average company. 75 of their times their profits that they earn in a year. 75, right? That is way, way bigger than the average PE ratio. So that is where we could be considering GME to start rising up to. What about companies that are much younger, right? Chewy, Mr. Ryan Cohen's company, is priced around 35 billion. Snapchat is valued at 82 billion. Roblox is priced at 37 billion. And these two have yet to generate a profit. These two have not even made any money yet.
Carvana is a used car platform that valued at 42 billion. Get the drift. On top of this, every single one of the companies is considered a strong buy by the Nasdaq. The lowest of these is 35 billion for Chewy, which will represent a $500 a share for GME, the lowest. So before we even calculate the SI percent as being wrong, and we know FINRA, that we have been following the FINRA report every single time it comes out, including this week. So you guys better be prepared for that. We are covering that this week as well. Think of the potential for an e-commerce turnaround gets the stock up to $191. What will the actual plan and execution get when it is being run by Amazon execs and Ryan Cohen, who started Chewy? $500 is the floor for the long-term potential in his eyes. Okay, so that is why he is hodling. Most importantly, we wanted to be able to cover the math here. So we have really quick about dark pools, options, how the shorts are hidden. This is where this is, if you guys wanted to see the link in the description, his data is here. I'm going to skip past his data sources for transparency so that you guys who are more data focused can get that, but people who want to understand the narrative from an ape point of view are going to be able to get this instead. So chapter 2, how shorts are actually hidden. Okay, there is a ton of speculation here already. That's why I wanted to push this to the end of the video, because once again, we've heard a lot of speculation already. We have heard a lot of speculation. We're expecting this data scientist here, an AI researcher, to be able to give us a little less speculation. But once again, it is about data democratization. We're working with what we have. We just don't have enough data, and that is a congressional, a regulation, a law that we need to start having more data available, right? I'm never going to stop fighting for more data. Right now, it's just appalling to see all of this guesswork from the top researchers that we have out there. Very, very annoying. But first, as a reminder, any short that fails to deliver a share within T+2 days or T+5 for a long share are considered a failure to deliver and are considered in the report he references above. That means that if Hedge M shorts a sell on Wednesday, they have to deliver by Friday or be put on the list Monday. Misconception. There is a market maker exception. The market maker exception was eliminated in 2008. So now they have to follow the same T+2 rules as everyone else. Ooh, these misconceptions. Now, this can be a video by itself. You can just cut it up real quick. Guys, this is 4 major misconceptions of how the market actually does not. Let's see. So, guys, this is 4 major misconceptions about how the market is actually different than you think it is. The reason why is because of how shorts are actually hidden. So once again, if you guys have not seen this DD, this is Boney One Kenobi. Misconception number 1, there's a market maker exception, right? We know that there are T+2 days for any short that is naked to come up with the person that it's borrowing from or fail to deliver. This is the misconception here. The market maker exception was eliminated in 2008. So now they have to follow the same T+2 rules as everyone else. You might think that they have more like exceptions than everyone else, but that has been eliminated in 2008. Number 2, the T+13 number, which was being thrown around, is only for the punishment for failing to deliver. FTDs get reported after T+2. See the above link. Okay, so this once again is the number that we were watching, especially for the spike on Friday, where we were looking at these at whatever happened the day before, quadruple witching day, and that would have been 13 days after. But unfortunately, that was only the punishment for failing to deliver. Misconception number 3, T+4 and T+6 numbers are no longer current. They were based around T+3 rules for shared delivery, which ended in 2017. For clarity, those numbers were based on 1 day past the T+3 and T+5 for short and long sales, replaced as stated by T+2 and T+4. This DD will focus on T+2 because it's for short sales. So once again, this is just blowing the other numbers out of the water. The only thing you should focus on is 2 days. You get 2 days if you sell a short and you didn't have it and you didn't locate anybody to borrow it from. The stock borrow program is no more, though it hasn't been talked about on Reddit. Other sites have cited this rule as a method for naked shorting. In case you guys had thought that the stock borrow program is actually in effect, this is a misconception number 4. So we're going to continue barreling on, but if you like this video and want to learn more about it, I'll include the full video link in the description of this one, and make sure to like and subscribe to hear more about these misconceptions. There are 3 ways that you can tell which hide naked shorts. 1, options. 2, dark pools. 3, reborrowing. So once we get past this video is going to be Finito. So have a good understanding of where we're going here. Covering the options, covering dark pools, and covering reborrowing. We've covered all of these before, and now is the time to be able to kind of put it all together in this video. Options. This one has to be covered some, though with key inaccuracies, so he won't link to the posts. The SEC has already done a report on this method, right? So go check that out. We've likely covered this same exact report in a previous CD. Let me see if I can find the pertinent information here. Okay, here. One thing they can do and have been doing is a buy-write transaction where they write a deep in the money calls, right? We've already done this, a $15 strike for GME. We've seen $2 strikes for GME, and buy shares at the same time. So they sell the calls, which are about as expensive as the shares overall. We've covered that. And the buyer immediately exercises the contracts for the shares. However, the seller uses those bought shares to cover their short positions and have no intention of delivering the shares to the call buyer. Now they need to deliver those same shares to the buyer of the call, only this is a new transaction, so the timer is reset. So we've done Mr. Whiteboard for this specific transaction. If you guys haven't seen FTD's cyclicality laid out, I will link to another video down below. But really briefly, this is the idea that if you fail to deliver, so right here, there is someone who is, let's say, person A. This is likely a hedge fund or another person who's trying to manipulate the stock here. They are going to buy deep in the money calls. So this, they want the option to buy. So this is a, I was gonna put C for call. C at $15. Right? They want to be option to buy it at $15, and then they are going to sell the calls, which are about as expensive as the shares overall, and the buyer immediately exercises the contracts for the shares. So they're going to be able to take this call and then move it to someone else who is going to exercise them immediately. So buy up the shares from these people. So B is going to now have this call, and they're going to be able to have the amount of shares right in here. So however much this was to try to cover up, but now B owns this, owns the shares from this call, and now the seller uses those bought shares to cover the short positions and has no intention of delivering the shares to the call buyer. Now they need to deliver those same shares to the buyer of the call. So this is now, I would like to buy these shares. This caller A has not the ability to be able to give them the shares, but this is a new obligation that is not between the shorting attack that they did before in order to be able to actually short the stock. So if you guys want to see a more in-depth explanation, I covered this visually in a previous video, so go ahead and check that out. This has likely been happening according to the option chain from 4/16 expiry. So we've covered this over and over again. We are even checking the options chain here. But if you guys want to see March 31st, boom. How many people do you think want to buy GME at $3? Well, apparently $4 million worth of calls here. And then just at $12, $24 million worth of calls, right? This is just from March 31st. Abnormal to say the least, and this is an explanation of how someone can use these deep in the money calls to hide the amount of shorts that are currently in the market. Seem odd? Heck yeah, it does. When looking at historical option data for 4/16, it seems to have happened in early March as well. This date seems to be very commonly used, but other dates could have been used historically as well. So that is for you guys to look at the options here. The second piece, the second and third piece are going to be much shorter, but just so you guys understand what options are here. Hold on, I'm just going to make sure this is go here. Don't want to miss a super here. Matthew, I'm going to cover your super in a second. So dark pools, all of these boils down to the same principle. The SEC only tracks FTDs that occur through clearing agencies. Ex-clearing means literally it happens outside of a clearing agency. If you read the entire site, as he did, unfortunately, you'll notice that closeout rules only apply to clearing agencies and no mention is made to ex-clearing. Completely legal transactions can occur outside these systems as long as both parties agree. So this dark pool data could potentially hide the FTDs for longer since they are not being tracked. However, it is unclear for how long institution. Okay, so it seems like this DD wants to cover dark pools, right? But they don't want to speak too much about it. No week had more than 9.5 million volume, but before the February gamma squeeze, the week of February 15th, which was by all accounts low volume, low volatility, 18.9 million volume. So this is when we were tracking the fact that there was just absolutely no volume compared to the price action on GME and AMC. So this is not new information, but he did want to make sure that you guys refer back to it. And this is a video that you guys can check it out as well. Honestly, this video is so comprehensive, I'm gonna have to put like all of my other DD below as well. Reborrowing. This one is actually pretty straightforward. If a lender calls back their share for any reason, the shorter can just borrow another share from someone else. The above scenario are used when they are unable or unwilling to reborrow shares. Okay, well, we've already covered. This is essentially the exact same idea. That if you don't have your turn off lending on your platforms like Robinhood and WeBull, they can easily just find it from you, even if you didn't know that you were automatically opting in to this borrowing program. All right, finally, we're going to leave you with the numbers. You see how we had math at the end, right? Math is the most important part, but it is the most scary. So we are going to be able to estimate exactly how many shares there are. Let's see. So now that you know the mechanisms of how short interest is hidden, let's dive into particulars of what we know. So known shares. Known shares, we have insiders that have 17 million shares here. Institutions have about 48 million. And ETFs have 10 million. These are the fruit baskets that we talked about where you can just put shares of GME inside. And then reported short interest, 10 million. Shares interest, 69 million. And do the math, 69.9 plus 10.2. You might notice that he is already just dividing all of them in million. So this is 69.9 million plus 10.2 minus all of the institutions, right? This is the float. So then it's 3.8 million total legit shares available. These are the total legit shares that we can buy after we subtract all the shares that we cannot buy, for example, the ETFs and the institutions and the insiders. So this is float. From what we know to be accurate, at least within the last month, there are less than 4 million shares available for institutions and retailers. That is not a lot of shares. This includes hedge funds, mutual funds, market maker delta hedging, and many more. They compose 62 million shares in the last known date. Heck, they did an analysis back a few weeks ago and verified the short interest reported actually made sense with the data. So let's go through a couple of categories. Delta hedging, right? This is the mechanic behind the gamma squeeze. This is a theory that a market maker needs to remain neutral in trades and profit off the bid-ask spread. So we've covered of this so many times, but I'm going to do Mr. Whiteboard one more time so that we quickly understand. Let's say that you are looking at a stock here, and you would like to predict where it's going to go. Well, let's say that you are only here, so you can only see this much of the data. You think that the stock is going to go here by this date. This is the expiry date, and this is the strike price. So one of the things to pay attention to here is that if the price starts to get closer and closer to that strike price by the expiry date, then the person that sold you this option to be able to buy it at this price is going to delta hedge along with you, basically piggyback with you on this bet as we get closer and closer to this price. Each of these contracts is 100 shares, right? And at a certain price, they are going to already have a couple of the 100 available, for you to purchase immediately, because they are going to hedge against you. No matter what, they're going to have to find the shares when you want to exercise them in the money. So as they're still below your strike price, let's say your strike price is $100. Right now, it's still at 80. So right now, they might be buying 80 out of the 100 shares, right? Just to delta hedge. Just because you said you want the intention of buying these shares at a certain price, right? They might be buying it up, and as the price goes upward, they have to buy more and more. Maybe they get up to 100 shares at the end when the strike price actually hits the price of the stock itself. Okay, so just a little bit more math of how to calculate the delta here. Retail. Here's the one that's really hard to calculate. He's going to use this number as part of the baseline, but he's not going to repeat calculations. The number will go here with 3.8 million shares. And there is something missing. He doesn't see WeBull or Robinhood, for instance, in any of those filings, but there are still more shares to be counted. So this is a conservative estimate of how many shares there are in retail. Okay, so for Delta, he had 14 million shares here. He goes into a quick explanation of why there are 3.8 million shares in retail. Go ahead and check out this source once again. Guys, make sure to do your own research, but checking out this source is a good place to start. And then finally putting it together, there are 62 million shares that were in the December 31st known data that were either sold or held. That's a 50% chance of giving us 31 million shares. Just kidding, we can do better than that. Okay, so for the reasonable analysis, we take the spreadsheet in this other user's DD that use the average portfolio turnover. Since GME is super volatile and turnover is annual, let's make an assumption the annual turnover is the 1/4 turnover for GME. Where does this put us? Well, now that this is 10.5 million missing and another 27 million shares missing for 27.5 million shares missing from the current reports, with the estimation techniques, we're looking at a total of around 48 million. Edit 58 million. Oh, okay. 58 million short interest. I don't know why he didn't just edit this perfectly. I had calculated previously that there were about 58 million short interest, and according to S3, the reported SI had decreased about 6 million shares since I ran the last numbers. As I've said before, the S3 data, as well as the Ortex, follows the reported SI quite well. And as I've said before, I think the algorithms broke during the squeeze because of the naked shorting which occurred, since they only track reported SI. So these more recent numbers correspond quite well with the original calculations. Honestly, I did not expect it to be that close. Caveat, there are assumptions in the calculations, and the institutional ownership and retail are big assumptions. However, I believe safe assumptions based on known historical data. However, 3.8 million shares is not enough shares to hold retail institution market makers hedging shares. Not even a single one of those categories. So Market Beat has GME at 102 million outstanding shares, shares outstanding, making for 33 million unreported short interest. Now I have no idea how they came up with this number, but my institutional ownership could be off about 5 million, or hedging could be lower than theoretically could be. Again, grain of salt, but interesting. So Market Beat seems to, at the very least, give a credence of the magnitude of how many shares are currently missing here. So with these estimation techniques, the total is 58 million, as in 58 million missing from the current calculations on FINRA. As a final bookend to this video, thank you guys for being with us the entire time. Let's actually look at FINRA to see what it is currently reporting as. So FINRA currently has its short interest at 10.2 million. So this is the kind of report that we are going to be keeping our eye on for the rest of the week. And so in comparison, this is, once again, one person's calculation based around a lot of other people's research, and even he himself says is quite speculative. However, that's why I wanted to present the most important pieces of what he expects to see first, explain a couple of the details of what you guys need to understand second, and then third, the math, where we are hinging on the calculations and, of course, the confirmation bias right here. How about another data point for confirmation bias of this overall analysis? So once again, you can do this as well. You can also learn exactly what allows a analyst to start making his own waves in the analytics world, right? You don't have to be a day trader. You can just start making smart investments right now with less than $100, less than $1,000. Start somewhere. If you guys wanted 2 free stocks to be able to get you started, then WeBull is a great place to get started. They also have great incentives to transfer your account. So if you have another account that's off WeBull, like Robinhood, they will give you stocks or cover your entire fee. They keep doing different things. Go ahead and check them out. They're in the description below. And finally, if you guys wanted $250 of free Bitcoin, it's a really good way to be able to start off on your crypto journey as well. And if you didn't want to buy any Bitcoin at all, you could just keep your money in GUSD. It's a stable coin, and like I did, and I've already earned about $100 or so in interest by doing absolutely nothing at all. So if you want to keep your money there as an 8.6% savings account, that also works as well. Finally, I want to thank these people who make this show possible. I will be updating this list tonight, so if you guys wanted your names on this end list for a whole week, you can go check out the Moon Platoon, check out the Meatball, the Space Legend tier, and check out the Gorillionaire tier. And I will see you in the money. Well, that's our morning show. Matthew Soto, I want to cover your super. Can you explain how hedgies are using naked shares with options to keep the price down? Heck yeah. I think we covered that very briefly here. And again, I'm going to go out and find all the videos that are relevant to the videos that we try to explain here, and then try to get her done there. Okay, so that is our morning show. I'm going to go through and check if you have any last minute questions. But then, yes, indeed, we will be back right before Power Hour for more shenanigans leading into After Hours, where we're going to be able to explain a little bit more about what to expect. Let's see. Leroy Johnston says, Andrew, give your boy a shout out. Leroy Johnston. Leroy. Okay, Leroy. Do deep in the money calls raise the price of the stock? No. No, they don't. Calls don't necessarily raise the price of the stock, only when they're hedged or exercised. And deep in the money calls, right, they are going to provide buying action when they're exercised, but just the action of the call itself does not. I think I'm done. Okay, AMC looking like it needs a little bit of support. Make sure that you guys keep an eye on it. It did get supported by the VWAP, so that's something to consider as we move through the day. GME as well has pushed past this level of resistance here, has pushed past 187, did not support it, and now it's being supported by 184. As of right now, like, these are pretty interesting rises and falls of our golden stocks here. But this channel isn't only about AMC and GME. We're just using them as catalysts for you to be able to learn as much as you can about the stock world. So I did reach out to Boney Wan Kenobi. Let's see if he responds, to see if he wants to say anything about his DD and what it's like to be a world-class AI researcher. But once again, thank you guys so much for smashing that like button. I know over 2,000 of you did, and I really do appreciate that. And as always, I will be back maybe an hour and a half before Power Hour. An hour and a half before market closes. So maybe about 30 minutes before Power Hour for now, but not for forever. I hope you have an excellent rest of your morning, or excellent rest of your night or your evening, wherever you are, and we'll see you back for the markets to close. Peace.